Okay, for those of you who are watching, or maybe you're yet to join this live officially, this is me trying to be a DJ for all of you, trying to play some music while we wait for more people to join us. Hi, I hope you guys are enjoying the music. Okay, so today's live stream is meant to be a very chilled out live stream. Okay, nothing serious, but just conversations. All right. I want us to talk. I want us to chit chat like we're actually having a one-on-one conversation. All right. And by the way, this live stream is courtesy of Happy Endings. Thank you so much, Happy Endings. Oh my God, look at the numbers. Wow. Oh my God, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm actually shocked at the number of people that are joining this live stream right now. And I'll tell you why I am shocked. I'm shocked because I was kind of worried that, oh my God, I'm not talking about Big Brother Titans today. I'm not talking about Real Housewives today. We're having a personal conversation. How many people are going to come out to join this conversation? And then, lo and behold, I'm seeing over 800 people here. Wow. And thank you so much, guys. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. To every single one of you here, thank you so much. If you're enjoying the music, let me know, all right? If you don't like the music, tell me, I would shut it up right now. But I love the atmosphere already. I'm seeing amazing people here. I'm seeing Chigozie Destiny. Oh my God. I'm seeing Dupe Oniwade. Hey! So this live stream is going to be sweet. I'm seeing Peter. Oh my God. I'm seeing Jane Mary Okafor. Oh my God, I need to shout out every single one of you. Okay, so there's Tom. Hi, Tom. There's Jane Mary Okafor. Hi. There's Tosin. Tosin, my guy. There's Mary. Hi, Mary. There's Peter. Oh, hi, Peter. There's Lou Colette. Hello. There's Zanny. I'm gonna scream. There's Rose. Oh my God. Tom again. Hi. Chigozie Destiny. Oh my God. Chigozie has time today. Oh my God. I'm so excited. There's Aline Fatu. Hi. There's Susan. There's Aletha Chanel. Oh my God. Your name sounds so bougie. There's Owe Purity. Hello. There's Mala. Hi. There's Shoni. Hi, Tom again. There's Veronica. Oh my God, this is exciting. There's Zizi, hi. There's Stephanie Doe, hi. There's Ngema, hi. There's Alims again. You know what, guys? Thank you all so much. You know, let me just turn off this music now so that we can get into the conversation. All right. Great. Okay. So first off, let me officially welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for making our time to join today's conversation. I'm super excited, as you can tell. I don't know, I feel so overwhelmed with love. You know, the fact that you guys, this much of you can come out for today's conversation. Thank you all so much. And this conversation was highly inspired by Fortune. Her name is Fortune, aka Happy Endings. Fortune is one of our very own family members. I don't want to call her subscriber, but family member. And we were having a conversation on Big Brother Titans. That was weeks ago. And we were discussing Ipeleng, one of the housemates, for those of you that are not familiar with that name. So we're discussing Ipeleng, discussing the fact that she admitted to having her own insecurities. Her height was a major insecurity in school. Her weight was a major insecurity in school. And so I was analyzing that particular conversation from the show. And I kind of made reference to the fact that I also have my own insecurities. And a lot of people, you know, opened up on that particular video, regardless of the fact that it was actually a Big Brother Titan show. A lot of people opened up on that particular video in the comment section saying that, oh yes, that they also have insecurities, they have things that they are struggling with. And the interesting part about the feedback on that video was the fact that it wasn't just females, that could relate with Ipeline being a female, sharing our own insecurities. Guys as well, the males of that video, they also shared, and it was quite inspiring. And Fortune made me promise that after the show, we should have a full-blown conversation on insecurities, all right? And that is something I've actually talked about on this channel before. I think that was a video I did 3 years ago, actually, 3 years ago. I know the interesting thing again is that conversation we had 3 years ago, it was also inspired by um, a scene or an episode of the Big Brother Ninja Pepper Them Gang reunion show. Yes, something had happened. I can't really remember what exactly happened, but that had actually inspired me to have that conversation about insecurities. So the fact that you all are here, I'm super excited, and I am hoping that this conversation is going to be very rich. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my own insecurities, and I'm hoping that you guys also do likewise. All right, don't be scared. This is a safe space, okay? And mind you, don't mind the fact that you can see my face as I speak on mine. If you don't want to show your face, don't worry, it's fine. You can as well use just your audio, all right? Now, another reason why I am making this video is because I've seen some comments on my videos, not really a lot, but some comments on my videos, and I just thought, no, let's get real. All right. So such comments are, Glory is enjoying, Glory is just chilling. One particular comment I saw, Glory is a big girl. Glory is just like that, enjoying life, that kind of thing. Oh, Glory is XYZ, Glory is blah, blah, blah. Some people actually even think that Glory Elijah has 1,001 weeks. Yes, people actually think I have 1,001 weeks. So all of these things, I see comments like that, and they're very endearing because I'm like, oh my God, these people actually think really highly of me. Or some of these people actually even think that Glory does not have any struggles at all. Because I'm on YouTube, they can see my face. I cannot see their face, obviously, right? So they actually think, and I get it. I get where that is coming from. It's like you are seeing someone through your device, your phone or your TV screen, and probably the person is actually making a good impression on you. So in your mind, you're thinking that, oh, wow, this person is actually living a perfect life. This person does not have any struggles at all. This person does not have anything that's bothering them at all. Well, on today's live stream, I'm going to share some of my insecurities with you. All right. And this is to also take into cognizance the fact that I have actually evolved a lot. Glory be to God. Pun intended. Glory be to God. I've actually evolved a lot. I have grown a lot. And some things I considered my insecurities 3 years ago are not necessarily my insecurities now. All right. I think I have like maybe one or two new insecurities. And then there are certain insecurities that I have that are probably never going to go away because that is the way God created me. All right. So I'm going to start with the very, very obvious. And guys, this is me trying to get as deep as possible. All right. Whatever I'm telling you on here, these are conversations I have with my very closest person. All right. No, I've never had such a conversation with anybody else, but I'm having this conversation with you all so that for the benefit of those people out there that actually also have things that they are struggling with, they would know that they are not alone. All right. Even those people that you admire on social media, maybe even your favorite celebrities, they also have insecurities, right? It goes to tell you that nobody is perfect. Nobody is even living a perfect life. It's that plain. Okay. So first off, how do I even define insecurity? I don't think I can actually really define insecurity. The best person here that can actually define insecurity for us is Dupe Omiwade. Yes. And I say that with all regard in my heart because Dupe Omiwade is a professional in that field. She's a professional psychologist, highly trained with many years of experience. I call her our in-house psychologist. So I'm going to, if she has the time, because I know she's always busy working. So I'm hoping that she will have the time to join us on this live stream today so that she sheds more light on how to properly define the term insecurities, right? But if I were to define it by myself as an individual, as a laywoman or a layman that does not really have the professional strength to define it, but I'm just going to go ahead to define it according to how society defines it, right? I will see it as those things about me that do not really make me feel good about myself. Yes, I will see it as those things in me that um, kind of make me question my authenticity. Those things about me that makes me question my growth. Yes, those things about me that makes me question my confidence. Yes. So for me, those are that's how I would define insecurity. And then how do I define my insecurities? I'll define it as well as those things that make me question my my beauty. If I were to go physical, those things that make me question my beauty, those things that make me question whew, my strength. Yes. Yes, I'll define my insecurities like that. And I like what Ellen is writing here. Ellen is writing that insecurity can actually take your confidence. That is absolutely true. Your insecurities, depending on how deep they run in you or on you, probably physically or otherwise, it can cause you to have an inferiority complex. Yes, in other words, where you're supposed to stand out, where you're supposed to stand and hold your head high, where your insecurities really run deep, it makes you shrink. You don't want to show yourself too much. You don't want to stand out because you think people are actually going to see right through you and see your insecurities. And you know the interesting thing about insecurities, sometimes insecurities are not really pronounced. Sometimes they are not physical. Sometimes it's something in your head that you just feel like, oh my God, this thing actually exists. Maybe people are seeing it. Sometimes people don't necessarily see it, but it also tells on how you feel about yourself, right? So insecurities, these things are very powerful. They can make or mar your confidence as an individual. All right. And growing up, I've actually had quite a number of them. Now, I'm going to start with the very obvious. And I call it the very obvious because when you see me, that's the first thing you will see. All right. So, number one, my first major insecurity is my height. Now, I'm not the tallest person in the room, and I'm not the shortest person in the room, but I'm what you would call a petite person. How do I put it? I'm very packaged. And guys, if you see me laughing right now, I'm laughing not because I'm uncomfortable. No, I'm laughing because this particular one, my height, I used to be very uncomfortable about it before. But now, oh my God, by the time I rock my 6 inches heels, I don't even remember that I'm not a tall person. I just trot around in my heels with all manner of confidence available to me. And I don't even give an actual F if anybody has anything to say at all. But back in the day, my insecurity, my major insecurity was my height. Yes. As I said, I'm not the tallest person in the room. I'm not the shortest person in the room. I'm not short. I'm not. I'm not a midget. I'm not a dwarf. But I'm really petite. Someone is asking, how tall are you? Zamio is saying insecurity is a broad term. Zamio, I would really love to hear from you as well when I share the link. Okay. Before I continue, let me read. Tosin is saying emotional insecurity, attachment insecurity, physical insecurity, financial insecurity, great, professional insecurity, and social insecurity. Absolutely true. Njeza is saying, I shrinked yesterday at my baby's birthday party. This topic just touched me. Oh, that's so nice. Don't worry, we're going to forget our emotions on this live stream, all right? Through Florence's eyes says insecurities are feelings of inadequacy, meaning not being enough. Absolutely true. Thank you so much, Florence, for that amazing definition. Tosi is saying I'm not a dwarf for me. Yes, so Tosi, I'm not a dwarf. Yeah. But yeah, that was actually my major insecurity. And that's me talking about the physicality of me, my physique, my look. So financial, and guys, let me tell you, yeah, your insecurities are so powerful if you make them that powerful. They are powerful in their own right because they can tell on your emotions, they can tell on your psyche, they can affect your mood, they can affect your entire being if you make them powerful. All right. Now, my height used to be a big deal for me. So just as Tosin mentioned, financial insecurity was not even a problem for me. Mental insecurity or whatever, all those other things did not even cut it. For me, it was my height. I felt absolutely inadequate. And it made me hide myself a lot. It made me, like, guys, I walk into a place, I'm literally shrinking, I'm literally hiding myself. I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be known, but I want people to hear my voice. But that, guys, that was how bad it was. But then I realized that, Glory, you do not really have a disease. You are who you are, you are how you are. It's your genetics, it's how you were birthed, it's how you were born, it's how you were created. So there's absolutely no big deal. Especially also because I started, when I became exposed to the media, I started seeing people doing amazing things. And then one of those days I saw someone that was very, very tiny. And I'm like, eh, this person is really tiny. And this person is doing all these great things like this. Oh my God, guys, that was the push that I needed. Honestly. And then that was when I realized that it doesn't matter your height, it does not matter at all. What matters is what you can actually pump into the world. Yes, how you can actually harness that height that you are so scared of, that you feel so inadequate about, how you can harness it to do great things. So ever since, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, the way I love myself, sometimes it's as if my self-love is too much, but my height, I gradually grew away from that fear, that distaste about my height. I started appreciating my height more. And it wasn't like a one-day journey. No, it wasn't something that just happened one day. No, I was actually bullied for it in primary school, in secondary school. On some of my past videos, I've actually shared stories about how I was bullied in school. You know, we'll be in the assembly and I'll be receiving a lot of knocks on my head. People be calling me short dwarf, Calabar short girl, Calabar short girl. And by the way, if you're Nigerian, you'll probably be aware of this particular what's it called now? Ah, God, I've forgotten the word. It's like every tribe in Nigeria has this perception about them. What's that word? I've forgotten this word now, this term. But it's like if you're a Calabar girl, people already have this notion about you that, oh, you know how to cook, you eat dog. Yes, if you're Calabar here, you understand what I'm saying. You eat dog, you do XYZ, you're very good in bed, you know, things like that. And I've explained before that that is why when I go out and I meet people for the first time, and they ask me where I'm from, which part of Nigeria I am from, I refuse to tell them. I just tell them I'm a Nigerian through and through. Yes, because the moment I tell them, oh, this is where I'm from, they just look at you and they're like, eh, so you know how to do that thing, you know how to cook, you know how to do that thing, you know. So I avoid conversations like that because for me, they're just unnecessary. Yes. So for me, my first insecurity, when you look at the broad spectrum of insecurities, the first one for me was actually my height. It's really, really told it. Yeah, stereotype. Thank you so much. Living for more from Rose Kim. Thank you so much. Stereotype, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Yes. So it was my height. It was my height. And guys, it will interest you to know that insecurity actually varies for a lot of people. For some people, it's financial insecurity. And I personally feel like sometimes before you get to that point of, you know, being concerned about financial insecurity, it comes at a certain age. Yes, it comes at a certain age. Sometimes maybe when you look at kids, for instance, right? Kids between the ages of 1 to 10 to maybe 13, they're not necessarily bothered about financial insecurity, whether they are from rich homes or poor homes. They're not really concerned. I feel like as an individual, your the first kind of insecurity that you experience, aside any other one, is the personal insecurities, the physical, the emotional. Those are the ones I feel like you first experience. And I experienced those a great deal. Yeah, a great deal. Now, still on physical insecurities, my second insecurity, which used to plague me a lot, was my nose. I've actually mentioned this a lot, guys. Oh my God. There was nothing I did not think about doing to my nose. There was an extent to which I thought that if I could just take a knife and cut my nose and then use, this nail file, just use nail file and, file it down to make it look more chiseled, to make it look more pointy. It was that bad. And I got I got suicidal, because of that, because back then in school, I had this bunch of kids who used to bully me a lot. They would pull my nose. Oh my God, guys, I don't even know if they contributed to making the nose longer, but they used to pull my nose a lot, and my eyes would be red, and I would cry. Oh my God, it was that bad. And I did not like secondary school at all because of that. I did not like secondary school. I hated secondary school. So they would pull my nose a lot, and it made me dislike my nose. It made me dislike my nose. And I remember back then, some days I'll go back home and I'll be looking at my dad, I'll be looking at my mom, and I'll be like, but my dad's nose is not like mine. My mom's nose is not like mine. Where did I get this nose from? I started questioning my birth. I started questioning, my parents. Like, I even pretty sure you are the one that birthed me, because I do understand what's going on with this nose. Yeah. So it was a big deal for me. It was a big deal for me. But then I became exposed to a particular channel on TV, E, right? That's E, the letter E. So there was this particular show that I enjoyed watching, Dr. 90210. And this was just like, I think 10 years ago or thereabout, before I got into university. So I started watching the show. And on that show, you see a lot of women, men, a lot of people who are not comfortable about some parts of their bodies. So they go in for body augmentation. So people go into, work on their boobs to either increase it or reduce it. Some guys who do not have six packs, maybe they want abs, right? Six packs. They go and they do surgeries to, yeah, Chigozie Destiny. I'm glad you also know about it here. So I was watching that show a lot. And that was when I realized that there were people who were doing surgeries to have the type of nose that I have. And that struck a chord in my head that, Glory, this thing that you have, people are actually paying good money to get it. And then from that same show, I remember watching a particular documentary where it was revealed that that show, there are a lot of people that go in for surgeries like that actually die along the way. Yeah, they're going for surgeries like that. The surgeries are not successful, they die. So what is televised are the successful ones. The ones that are not successful are many, and they're actually a lot more than the ones that are actually successful. So that struck another chord in my head, right? That Glory, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And this was how I had to deal with it in my own little mind, right? That the people dragging my nose, the people making mockery of the way my nose looked, they're actually just jealous. They want to be like you. That was what I was telling myself until I got into university and schooled myself more about it. All right. So, how did I make up for that? For me, one of the best ways that I made up for that, that I had to give myself a mental shift was I started putting in my best in my academics. Yes, I would um, pose arguments in class with my university lecturers. They would give assignments. I would go the extra mile to the library. I would study more. In fact, maybe for instance, they tell us to research about a particular subject. I will go further to dig deeper into that subject so that I have an outstanding argument for them. And my lecturer started noticing me. The head of my department noticed me, and they started liking me. So for me, the fact that I was kind of recognized by higher authorities, and they saw beyond this nose. They saw beyond my height. What they could see was someone that is highly intelligent, someone that is very, very hardworking, someone that is very determined, someone that is focused. For me, that was enough. So I threw my energy into schoolwork. So that was some sort of coping mechanism for me. That was another way for me to love myself. When I do my test, I do my exams, and I see the A's, I see the B's, it makes me feel good about myself. So success became like an antidote. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bad thing for some people, but for me, it wasn't really a bad thing. Yes, because for me, if my physical look, which was some sort of inadequacy for me, if it was going to pull me down, then success definitely should do the trick. Success needs to pull me out of that dark hole. And it worked for me. I mean, different things work for different people, but that one worked for me. For me, that was what I had to do to keep myself going. And I did it and it worked for me. So my nose was my second major physical insecurity. My third insecurity was my skin color. Yes, guys, you think I'm dark now? I'm not dark. Oh. I used to be very, very, very dark in complexion. Yes. I mean, back in the day when you see me, the, I had neighbors back then who used to joke that when they look at me at night, the only thing they can see is my set of teeth and my eyes. That my eyes are very white, my teeth are very white, but the rest of me is just black. So initially, I was completely indifferent. I didn't know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing to be any complexion that you are, right? But then after university, did my NYSC, did my youth service, then I got back to Lagos. I was looking for a job. Most of the jobs I applied for, I realized that the people that they were taking in, the people that they were employing, were either people that had connections or people that studied abroad or people that were lighter in complexion. And this is not to say that that is how it works generally in Nigeria. It was because of the kind of work and jobs I was applying to. I was applying to charity organizations because um, of the projects I had actually worked on during my service year. So I was applying a lot to charity organizations, but I never got called back. And for the few interviews that I went for, I realized that the people I had spoken with, these things I mentioned, they just had it. So that was one. And then I never used to go out. I never used to have fun. I never used to party. I never used to do anything with myself. I was just that indoor girl, indoor girl. So my childhood friend was living on the island of Lagos, and then she started inviting me out, like, oh, let's go out, let's have fun, let's meet people. And then in my own little way, I started trying to dress and look the part of a typical Lagos girl that can actually go out and look good and have fun and meet people. But then because I'm very observant, when I go out, I don't just jump into the flow. I don't just jump into the vibe. I take my time, I study my environment, I look around what's happening, what's going on, what's the vibe here. And I used to be very quiet. So that was part of the reason why I was very, very observant, right? So I would go out with this friend of mine, and my friend is okay, she wasn't really light skinned before. So she had to lighten up her skin. Yes, that's the gospel truth. She had to really lighten up her skin until she became very white. Yeah. So I realized that when we go out, she gets a lot of attention. And not just her. I also noticed that most of the girls that would come out, they were also drawing attention. Oh my God. You will see guys, and oh my God, this is something, this is not a stereotype, but it's just something I have observed. That a lot of Lagos men, they like light-skinned girls a lot. They can kill themselves for light-skinned girls. So back then, I'm talking about 2017. Yeah, 2017. I finished my NYC early 2016. So let's say 2016, 2017. Yeah. So when we go out like that, I just see the guys, they'll be talking to the light-skinned girls, they'll buy them drinks at the bar, things like that. There was a particular occasion that I went out with my friend to a very popular rooftop bar in Lagos, Victoria Island specifically. I'd never been there before. So my friend and I, we got there, and somebody just sent in a bottle, like a whole bottle of an expensive drink. Yes, it wasn't wine. I think it was whiskey. Person sent it, and like, okay, who sent this for us? And the waiter was like, "Oh, somebody sent it for my friend." I'm like, okay, okay. So I was looking around. That wasn't even the first time. Another time again, I went out, and eh, the light skinned girls, they were getting a lot of attention. And then I started dating someone. And when the person takes me out, I would also be observing. And you will notice how the light skinned girls, they were just attracting a lot of people, like, honey is attracted to, bees are attracted to honey. And guys, that started kind of telling on my confidence a bit, because I started questioning myself, like, okay, what's going on? What's going on, living from what I said, insecurities lead to self-sabotage. I definitely love this topic. I'll write a topic about it now that you've explained it this way. Thank you so much. David is saying colorism. Exactly. Yeah, so it started telling on my confidence. I started feeling like I wasn't good enough, and guess what, this friend of mine, she also noticed the same thing, that when we go out, I mean, this was before I started dating the person I was dating back then. When we go out, people don't necessarily want to come to our table, but when there's a table with a lot of light skinned girls, maybe all the girls they are light skinned, you see guys sending drinks for the girls, you see guys walking up to them to talk to them. And some of our superstars back in the day, all those celebrity superstars too, when we go out to place like that, you see them there, they will be approaching the light skinned girls. So my friend now told me that, that you're very dark. Oh. Like, that was how she put it. She was like, "You're very dark. Oh." I'm like, "My dear, I know I am very dark, but what do I do about it?" And that was when she told me that, you should lighten up a bit. As I'm not saying you should bleach, you just lighten your complexion just small so that you will tone. And that is the word they call it. They call it tone up. They'll tell you just tone up a bit. I'm like, So if I tone up a bit, are you sure, I'm going to be outstanding? Oh, yeah, you need to tone up a bit. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. So I went to a particular skincare and beauty shop. I mean, this woman has a reputation. I don't want to call her name, but if you know, you know. So she has this reputation of most university girls, they go to her and they tell her they want to lighten up. She's a very good mixologist, not a mixologist of cocktails now, but a mixologist of a cocktail of creams, right? So she'll mix a lot of cream, mix up a lot of things, and she'll give it to you. And you will start toning up. But guess what? When you start toning up, your skin gradually becomes translucent. Aside that, you're just automatically bleaching. Yeah. And before you know it, your knuckles are getting dark, your veins are turning green. So the initial process is nice. You will like yourself, right? But as time goes on, it begins to tell negatively on your skin. So we went to the woman looked at me and she said, but your Okay, so the woman is not a very judgmental person. She's a businesswoman. So what you want is what you get. But she looked at me and told me that your skin is actually really nice. I love your complexion. I'm like, why do you love my complexion? And she said she did something. She carried my hand and then she tried to look through my skin. If you want to know someone that's bleaching, pick up the person's arm and press the skin, try to see through it. If you can see the person's veins, then there's something the person is using on their skin that's actually damaging, is it the melanin they call it, that's damaging the melanin or the layers of their skin. So the woman, she did the same thing to me and she said, "You are black through and through." I'm like, what does that mean? I know I am black, but what does that mean? And she said, "You are so black that if I mix anything for you right now, you have to keep coming back until we are able to penetrate all the layers of your skin till we get to the barest, like the last layer. That is when we can now start peeling off everything." I'm like, okay, let's try. My friend was like, "Oh, you have to, let's just tone her up a bit, tone her up a bit." And she gave me some things. And ladies and gentlemen, the toning up, I wish I could put pictures right here. The toning up, I didn't particularly bleach. No, I did not bleach. But what happened was I was toning up quite okay. And luckily for me, yeah, Iyanolua said to the seventh skin layer. Yes. So luckily for me, my own kind of toning up did not result in me having dark knuckles. Like I wasn't having dark knuckles at all. But I noticed that I was getting lighter and it was beautiful. My friend was hyping me like, you look like all these black Americans. And guys, let me make a confession. I know that a lot of you know that Genevieve Naji, one of Nigeria's veteran Hollywood actors, is my idol. But the way I love that woman, it goes beyond explanation. So she was my standard for beauty back then. All right. So when she used to hype me like, now you look like Genevieve, you are looking shiny, you are glowing. Me too, my head was big. But then I realized that as a girl that was broke, I didn't have money. I was still looking for a job. I'm trying to network, as my friend called it. I'm just wasting money. Like, what the hell? What am I trying to bleach for? Whatever. Why am I trying to glow up? I'm not glowing up. I'm not toning up, you know? So I was just kind of exhausted, like, I beg. And then I started dating someone, and the person did not have like a standard. You're light skinned, you're dark skinned, whatever. But I also noticed that the person to add eyes for light skinned people, I'm like, okay, nah, this is not doing anything for my confidence. Until I met someone, I started dating properly. Yeah. And that was the person that looked at me and told me, now listen, if you know what you have, David is killing me here right now. David wrote, turning into poverty, my brother. I was turning my bank account that was already red was going to abysmal end. It was terrible. Yeah. So I started dating the person I was 18, and the person looked at me and told me, listen, if only you know how gorgeous you are, you would not even bother about those things. Because I was able to have that conversation with that person. The person told me that, nah, you're so beautiful. Yeah, and in line with my skin color or my complexion was the fact that I had a dream, right? Guys, I need to quickly drink water. My throat is dry. So I had a dream. I was still job hunting. I couldn't get a job back then. I started a blog. I was writing stories. My stories were amazing. By the way, if you haven't read any of my stories yet, I know it's been a while. I updated my last story, but go ahead and read it. Francis Speaking with Glory .com. That's my blog. Go ahead, read my stories. So I started blogging, started writing stories, writing short stories, writing them into episodes. Some of my stories have about 16 episodes, 18 episodes, beautiful stories. I had a dream. And I'm like, okay, I'm not getting a job yet. Nothing is actually really working. Let me start YouTube. But then there was a problem. I could not go into YouTube for so many reasons. I needed a camera, I needed this, I needed that. And then the person I was dating got me all of those equipment. Now, all of those equipments were available, but there was a problem. What was the problem? Ladies and gentlemen, I was so insecure that I could not show my face on camera because I felt like I was too ugly. Yeah. I felt like I was not beautiful enough. I felt like the camera was not friendly to dark-skinned people. I felt like the camera was only friendly to light-skinned people. Yeah. And that's why I said that sometimes your insecurities are so powerful if you let them, that they can actually overtake your psyche. You become mentally incapacitated. Yes. So at that point in time, I was mentally incapacitated. I felt like I was not beautiful enough. This person actually had to do a lot of talking, a lot of work on my confidence, I'm telling you. And that's why sometimes the people you meet in your life, they matter a lot. There are people you meet in your life, they're going to talk you up, psych you up, give you all the boost you need to pursue what you want to pursue. And there's some other people you meet and they just contribute to the discouragement. They make you feel like you're not just good enough. So this particular person contributed so much in boosting my confidence. Person will always tell me that, look at me, I like you the way you are. You look great. You look good. And that the person told me. So I finally got a job. Actually, I got a 9 to 5. The person told me that, okay, fine. Here's what you do. Try it one day. Use your phone. Record your face without makeup and tell me how you feel about it. I remember that day. Yes, we're still together. Mala is asking, are you still together? Yes, we're still together. We're still together. So the person was like, okay, film yourself, look at how the picture comes out and tell me how you feel about it. And so I tried it. Tosin is making me laugh. So I tried it. I was gonna go to work that day and I just picked up my phone. It was a Samsung S9 Plus. And I filmed myself. I put the phone. I was living in my BQ back then. For those of you that are OGs, remember that my tiny apartment I used to film from? It was an apartment. So I put the phone on my little tripod, put it on my short refrigerator. The refrigerator is so small. I put it on it and I started talking. And I still looked really dark. I'm not even going to lie. I still looked really dark and I was appalled at what I saw initially. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so black in this video. I'm so black. But then I still did it. And I did it. I did that video. I talked. I think it was an 8 minutes video or 10 minutes video. And by the time I was done, I heaved a huge sigh of relief because it was such a dreaded thing to do for me to film without makeup. Because prior to that time, I told you this person got me all my filming equipment, my camera. So when I want to film, ladies and gentlemen, me that don't know how to do makeup, I'll go on YouTube, I'll watch a lot of makeup videos, makeup application videos for dark-skinned women. Then I'll come and sit down. I will use up to 2 hours. Guys, this is on God, I'm not even lying. I will use 2 hours to do makeup. Drawing my eyebrows was hectic. If you notice right now, my brows are just as bushy as they are. I don't even care about touching my brows anymore because they grow so fast. So I would take hours upon, like I would do my makeup, do everything. If you guys, you need to go and check my first YouTube videos, then you understand what I'm talking about. The makeup was a mess. But as my mind was so little as at that time, I felt more confident using such a poorly done makeup to film my YouTube videos than using my natural face. Guys, after I filmed the video without makeup, that is, I now uploaded it to YouTube and then I sent the link to this person. And this person watched it and this person was praising me, giving me accolades, pointing out a lot of things about how beautiful I look, how confident I sound. And this person was like, you know what, you need to try it again. You need to try it again. I'm like, okay, I will try. And then I tried again. And I realized that, oh my God, it was easier for me to create content being my organic self. Yeah, I realized it was stress-free. The only thing I needed to stress about is the content itself. But the physical look, I've got it. Guys, it was a process. It was not something that happened in one day. It was a process. Mind you, as I said before, the kind of people you surround yourself with will either make or mar how you want to pursue things. So this person really, really, really tried. And I started growing into it and I started liking it. It wasn't easy. One day I'll, create a video. And there were so many videos that I created with my camera without makeup, of course, that never found their way to YouTube. I never uploaded those videos because I still felt I wasn't really confident enough. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you so much. David is saying confident and confident delivery. Thank you so much. William is asking how many years have you all been together? Why do you want to know, William? No, I'll tell you. Anyways, as I was saying, that was how I overcame, the complexion problem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the way I love my complexion. Oh my God. And let me use this opportunity to tell some of you, there are a lot of you that keep on asking me, oh, Glory, you're glowing. What do you use? What do you do? I'll tell you this right now, right? I'm currently 33 years old. And for the past should I say 3 years, I only wear makeup. Maybe, okay, let me put it this way. I only wear makeup, let's say, if there are 365 days in a year, as there is, I can count maybe 10 days out of the whole number of days in the year that I wear makeup. That means I barely wear makeup. I barely wear makeup. So I had to learn this, right? I had to learn to love my skin. I had to learn to pamper my skin. I had to learn to feed my skin. Yes, I had to learn to do all of that. I had to learn to keep my skin healthy than investing in so much makeup products that will not necessarily give me that boost that I need. So my skincare routine these days, guys, oh my God, it is so expensive. And I am very, very intentional about it. That was another way I had to also, pamper my skin to love it more. Yes. So I'm not light in complexion, but oh my God, I would, if I were to be created again, I would go for this skin 1 million times over. And this is not to say that for those of you that are light skinned, that your skin is not beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. The message I'm trying to pass is whichever complexion you were born into, whichever complexion you were born with, embrace it because that is who you are. It is part of your identity. It doesn't make you less of a human being. If you pamper yourself, like you pamper that skin, you love it, you cherish it, it will glow the glow that you want. You don't have to do skin, you don't have to go to a skin mixologist to get to that level you want. And mind you, I know that the media these days tends to give a lot of falsehood to how people should look in terms of their physical looks. I need you guys to understand that there's something called the editing apps. There are a lot of editing going on these days. You go on Instagram, there's a lot of editing going on. If you see the raw picture, you will run. You see the raw product of some of the photo shoots you see here and there, videos you see here and there, you will run. But people have to make things look presentable and professional, hence the reason they edit it. And there's nothing wrong in people editing it. Now, what is then wrong is where you allow yourself to get swallowed up by all of these innovations of society. You now begin to look down on yourself, look down on who you are, just so that you can fit into this new societal norm. It is not worth it at the end of the day. Now, we're still talking about insecurities, all right? Now, another insecurity that I have, this one, I still have it. I still have it. And it's not like it's actually eating me deep. What this one is doing for me is it is pushing me to work harder than anybody would ever want to work hard. It's financial insecurity. I'm glad that Tosin mentioned it here. It is financial insecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are in your adult years, right? When you are in your adult era, oh, Iyanoluwa is writing, I never knew that men are also giving makeup to look good on TV, so I saw it. My dear, it happens though. If you see those men in real life, you're like, so you have pimples too. Yes, men also use makeup just to look good on TV, on magazines, on social media. They do it. Yes, it is somehow the new beauty standard for people that want to be in the media. But I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to flow in that direction if you don't want to. All right. So I was talking about financial insecurity. Financial insecurity was something I had experienced from childhood. Yeah, things were really hard, things were really tough. This is not a story that touches the heart session, so I wouldn't want to waste time going into the details of that. But I just want to let you know that there are people that grow up with lack, and sometimes when you see them in their future, you will never know. And sometimes it's because they actually put in the work to get to where they are today. All right. So for me, financial insecurity has always been there. It's always been present. It's always been a problem. It's always been, oh my God, even thinking about it is so exhausting. Yes. University years were terrible. In as much as I was pumping in so much energy into my schoolwork, into being the best amongst the best, I was doing it on an empty stomach. Yes, this is not a story that touches the heart session, but I need to let you guys know that financial insecurity is real. So the money was not there, The provisions for it was not there. Resources was not there either. And I wasn't really exposed enough to know how to do certain things to generate income. So how I could actually generate income was I would help people to do assignments. It's very rampant in school. People that are too lazy to do the assignment, you do the assignment and they will pay you money. So back in the days, they'll pay me like 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira. I'll make money from there. Sometimes we have English essays to write. They will say, oh, write English essays, 500 words, 400 words. I'm a writer. Come on. Your girl is a writer. So me, I will write. And they'll pay me money, 2,000, 3,000. It's money. I'll keep it. I'll manage it. So I was doing all of those side hustles in school. And there were also other side hustles I was doing, but I wasn't getting paid. So it was like monkey they walk, baboon they chop. So the financial insecurity was real, like the lack of money. Oh my God, guys, it was crazy. It was crazy. So what did I do? Well, I promised myself that however way legit that I could find to make money, I would throw in all my energy into it. And it came at a cost, yes, because it made me a loner. Yes, it made me an alone person. I did not have a lot of friends, still did not really have a lot of friends, right? I know some people, but we don't really have that bond of friendship. So for me, I just want to be successful. I'm tired of the lack. I'm tired of the want, right? I don't want to wake up. There's a day I will never forget. This was the December of 2017. That day, I almost killed myself. Guys, I was so broke. It was Christmas Day. I was living with my friend, my best friend at the time. She traveled. We didn't really have money in the house. I wasn't working. She was working, and then she traveled. She went to go chill with her friends in another state in the country. I was alone in the house. There was no food. There was no money. I wanted to go back home. That's my parents' house, but I did not want to go back because I was tired. I grew up shielded. I grew up in the kind of family that they shield you. You don't really have a lot of friends. You have to, just study, 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 read book, read book, read book, so that you become great in life. That kind of thing. So coming out of my home, to get my freedom, it came at a cost. Me and my dad, we tussled a lot for that. And then I left home and I'm like, no, I've left my house. If I go back home, I'm going to go back home in shame, right? So that particular day, I was writing a story on my blog. So I completed the last episode. It was Lola's 12 Days of Xmas. Check my blog, you see the stories. So it was the last episode and I wrote it. After I finished writing it, I lay on the bed. I was depressed. 1,000,001 things came into my mind. I was wondering, what is the point of being in this life? What is the point of being in this life? I went into my friend's kitchen. I checked the cutleries. I carried a knife. I put it under my pillow. Guys, depression is real. And depression is realer when you are broker. Guys, I was so broke. There was no kobo in my account. I can't remember. I think I called someone. I can't remember who I called, but I called someone and I was begging the person 2,000 naira for data. And the person sent. Before the person was even able to send, it took some time, but then the person finally sent. When the person sent, what did I use that data for? I think I wanted to use it to upload that story, yes, to my blog. So I uploaded the story to my blog, and then that was why I lay on my bed. And guys, all manner of suicidal thoughts came to my mind. I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die. And it would have happened. It would have happened. But then, I don't know what it is, but something just told me, this is not your time. Just chill. Now is not the time. But to cut a long story short, talking about that particular episode is just to let you know how deep the issue was. It was a serious issue. It was a terrible issue. Sorry, guys. Some people are making noise in the other compound. But anyways, it was that deep. The situation was that bad. And then I got a job finally, courtesy of that, my friend. Glory be to God. I got a job and then I was working, but the money was terrible. And then courtesy of the person I was now dating. That person I told you boosted my confidence. I met that person like months later. So the same person helped in, just building my brand. What do you want to do? I said, this is what I want to do. And this person helped to grow the brand. This person helped to boost the confidence. And I don't want to get into the details too much, but that was how I got into YouTube fully. And guys, it's not easy. Yes, it's not easy. But this is what happens when you've tasted financial insecurity. You never want to go back. You never want to taste it again because it is a bitter pill to swallow. You never want to taste it again. You never want to go back. So what happens is you don't even mind isolating yourself to get the result you want. And that was what I did. I spoke less. What I mean is this. There was something that I used to do. Like if I have plans, I would tell people, I would talk to people about it. And before I know it, when I start working on those plans, it's as if everything goes down the drain. It doesn't work anymore. So I realized that, okay, there's probably a spirit though. That anytime I have a plan, and I tell somebody, it's either the person steals the idea and goes ahead to implement it, or maybe some spirit or something weird just destroys the whole plan. So what I started doing was I was talking to only one person about my plans. And that's the person I was dating. I was talking to only that person about my plans, and we'll plan together about it. I'll pray about it, and then I'll work towards it. Things started getting better, but it was a gradual process. Things were not getting better like out of the blues, like boom. No, it was a gradual process. Things started getting better. Things started getting better. And I realized that, okay, to get to the level of comfort that I want, I have to sacrifice a lot of things. So I kind of sacrificed my social life. Yeah, no more friends. Because I remember back then when I started learning how to edit my YouTube videos, I was using Adobe Premiere Pro. This friend of mine bought some packages on Udemy Academy online, and the person told me to take some courses to learn how to edit, and I was learning how to edit. So I had a particular friend and she likes to go out a lot. She likes to have fun. And then she will invite me that, oh, let's go for drinks. Let's go for this. Let's go for that. And I'll be like, I'll join you, but I'm trying to learn how to do something. It was so bad that it kind of ruined the friendship I had with that person. Yeah, I'm going to be honest about it. It ruined our friendship. It ruined our friendship to the point that I lost my dad, I lost my eldest brother, and this person did not come for the funeral. Yeah, so I was alone. I was alone. That period broke me, but the goal was to get to a level of comfort that will never ever again see me getting so depressed to the point where I want to take my life. So yeah, it came with a lot of work. But that's the thing about financial insecurity. It still hasn't gone away, right? There are times that I get scared that, oh my God, am I going to get broke now? What's going to happen? And I want to do extra things. I want to put in extra work, to getting myself comfortable enough to push away that fear. So financial insecurity is real. A lot of people experience it in different ways. That was how I experienced it. And my experience was real. I can't tell you guys everything in details, but it was real. I experienced it from childhood to now that I'm an adult. Yes. I mean, the situation is no longer the way it used to be, but I find myself working over time not to ever, ever again experience it. And if I can help it, people around me should not experience it anymore as well. So that's how it's been. I feel like I've been talking too much. I think this is the time for me to share the link so that I can also hear from all of you. I have a lot more to say, but it's going to make this live stream boring if I alone continue talking and you people are not sharing. So I would love for you guys to please share with us, your own insecurities. And as I said before, if you don't want to show your face, it's okay. It's fine. All right. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. This is a safe space. You can use your audio to speak. All right. So let me hear from you guys. The link is in the comment section. If you want to share, click on it and speak. All right. Oh, okay. Who wants to go first? Tosin, you put a comment that you want to speak. Where are you? Oh yeah, oh come and speak. Nice. Hi, Samson. Hello, Samson.
Hello, Glory.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to share with us?
Yes, actually.
All right, please go ahead.
All right. I thank you for this opportunity. I've been following you for years now.
Oh wow,
Um,
thank
I
you.
actually can relate with your story, your struggles, and how you've actually built yourself and developed yourself up to this time. Actually, so it's actually a
Mm,
relatable experience for me. I
thank
think
you.
it has been an encouragement for me to hear you say what you said today. Actually, I
Thank
needed I
you.
needed I needed to hear this and then tell myself that it will always get better once I
Yeah,
keep working on me and putting me first. So
yeah.
thank you so much, Glory.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you. You're always welcome. And thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you so much.
thank you, Glory.
All right. All right. Let's quickly move on to Solang. I hope I'm getting it right. Hi.
Hello, Glory. Hello, everybody.
Hi. Hi.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to talk to you today.
I'm happy you're here. You're welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I can see that. Wow. This has always been my dream, us having this conversation, like trying to know you better, trying to know you more apart
Mm,
from Big Brother. And
mm,
I've always known I have something to relate with you. I always know that I'm 26 and I'm like,
oh,
how old
wow.
is Glory? Like, how old is Glory? Because this girl speaks so intelligently. I think I want to be
Thank
like her.
you.
And then I realized you're 33 and I'm like, wow, at 33, you're this confident about marriage, you're this confident about yourself, you're this confident about being a woman. And wow. And I am
Thank you.
stressed out about what people think, not being married at this age, you've not done this, you've not done that. And I'm like, hey, hey,
Mm,
hey, I'm gonna calm down. So
yeah.
for
Wait.
me,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
for
wait.
me,
You said something. You're 26 and people are already looking at you about not getting married at your age.
yeah.
Seriously?
Like I come from a family of three and I'm the last child. So
Wow.
my eldest sister, we are three girls. So my eldest sister, before that, my mom lost her husband at a very young age and she started going through this stress of you need to get married again. And she was like, no, she won't get married. She'll take off her girls. And they're like, you need to give
Mm,
birth to a son. So my mom got into this stress of wanting her first daughter to get married and give her a son. So
wow.
all this stress, the first one got married out of they insisted she gets married. She got married. The second one got married, and they are actually good right now. They are very good, but they are climbing to the top. So
Mm,
marriage at the end it doesn't it doesn't mean you succeed. No, it doesn't. I
mm,
saw how they're going, I see how their life is going, and I realized that my problem is not really marriage. And mom is trying to put that pressure on me. Society is like, hey, I'm waiting for your marriage. You're the next,
mm,
right? I'm like, hey, cut me some slack. I'm still
mm,
young. So
mm,
that's one of the insecurities I face, and I know some other people face this.
mm,
And also the insecurity of friends. This is another insecurity, wanting
mm,
to be like friends wanting to achieve what some people achieve. Some people they don't have to achieve their success dubiously. Those who achieve it through hard work, wanting to achieve it maybe at the age of 22. I'm 26 and I'm like, oh, am I late? What's happening? People are getting successful. I'm just there trying my best. So I've had so many insecurities that even my boyfriend is surprised. Like, you're so beautiful, you're all these, and you still have these insecurities. Like, calm down. You're fine. And
Mm.
so he has encouraged me to take therapy. Like, he can't help me. He told me, this is your own, these are your problems. I can't really help you. The only thing I can do is to tell you who you really are. But I think you need
Mm.
therapy to understand and accept your true self. So I'm going to start therapy tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's me.
Yeah. You know what I'm happy about? I'm happy about the fact that you have someone that's so supportive and encouraging for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the most important things, feeling how you feel, but then having someone that can see you for who you are, what you don't see about yourself, he
Yeah.
sees it and he tells you about it. I think that validation that comes from him is also very important. But the most important of it all is the validation you give yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not a
Exactly.
therapist, I'm not a professional, but based on my own experience, in all the encouragement I have received from the person I have been dating, my family, at the end of the day, what really matters is the validation you give your own self. If everybody keeps encouraging you, keeps speaking power to you, if you don't accept it, it won't really work for you. So you need
Yeah.
to start accepting that you're enough. You need to start believing it. That's when it's going to really start working for you. Yeah.
Oh, Gobi, you're just the best. Thank you so much.
So
I'll work
thank
on
you so
that.
much. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. All right. So we're going to move on to Chigozie. Hi. Hi, Chigozie.
Hi, Clary.
Chigozie, I'm so happy you're here because I know how busy you can get with school and work. You're welcome.
Actually, I finished school. My graduation is
Oh.
next week.
Whoa, you didn't invite us, so you didn't invite FSWG community.
I invited everybody. This is like a public invitation.
We want to come and share your rice and do group picture taking with you. Okay,
Uh,
congrats.
Thank you very much. It's not easy, but I've been able to finish up my long dream of like after 5 years of finishing my first degree, have a
Wow,
second degree. So,
wow,
so yeah,
congrats,
I think I'm body.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so based on this, this is like something I've been actually been battling with right from childhood,
Mm,
insecurities. For me, my first insecurity started when I was a child. I come from a
mm,
family of four. We are three guys and a lady in the family. All of us are all doing well for ourselves. I had this aunt that always come to my house. She will always taunt me because, okay, my dad is more fair than my mom.
mm,
So out of my siblings, I'm the only one that is not really fair like the other siblings. I'll have
mm,
this auntie who comes to my house. She'll always taunt me and say that, oh, that I'm not taking my bath well. That look at us, um, that I'm dark in complexion, and I'm not fair in complexion. That being dark in complexion means that you're a devil or something like that, or evil person. So
wow.
all then track through my primary school, she was always said that getting to my secondary school. So like what can say like I had like that intention in my mind. I said that okay, that being dark is not actually good enough. I actually started talking to some of my classmates. I told them that okay, that I wanted to get fair in complexion. There is this female friend of mine. She took me to a shop and said that
okay, that should get me some creams that
Wow.
will make me fair in complexion. Believe
Wow.
me, when I started using those things, I looked at that. I said, no, 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 I can't do this. That actually satisfied with what I am. That
Hmm.
even though I'm not really fair like my brothers, that I actually have something inside me. My dad will always tell me something that I know how to write very well, just like you. Although I've just stopped writing for the moment because most of the times I find myself writing real life experiences, and it actually
Hmm.
scares me most to actually put off my life out there. I'm more like a
Hmm.
private person. So I said that okay, I'm enough. So why am I doing this for myself? So since then, I'm working like people are saying that oh, black is beautiful. When this thing started saying that people saying that black is beautiful, I started telling myself that I'm really good as I am. I won't come and turn into because I've seen pictures of like people who bleached their skins and it turned out they had like patches all over their skin and some things that really nice. So I said to myself I can't go through this process. Also, another insecurity I've had is like I've had like a fluctuating weight issues. But
Hmm.
somebody told me something one day that I was looking at the picture. I said someone who was very slim, and I said to the person that I want to be like this person who is slim. Do you know what
Hmm.
the guy told me that? Do you know that even with your weight, you can be more healthier than that person who is slim?
Hmm. True.
And it dawned on me that the only thing I need to do is to make sure that I eat healthy, do the regular
Hmm.
exercises I need to do, my weight would not be an issue or something like that that should come and be bothering me.
Hmm.
So with that, I've been able to get through that, even though still most of the times I still look at myself in the mirror like, oh, let me go and get slimming teas, all these slimming herbs, be drinking it. But no, I actually said no. So far, I'm doing the right things, doing my right exercises, eating very healthy, and at the other appropriate times. Well,
Hmm.
if I'm not really, how they put it, like if I'm not really muscular like that, it's not my fault. I've tried many things I could do to make myself really muscular like that, but no, it doesn't. So for me, I've come to that confidence and I've realized myself that I need to actually do things for myself that will actually benefit me and not the things that will actually harm myself. So for
Yeah.
me, basically my insecurities I've been having all through my life. And also at my point, I wanted to like grow tall. I wanted to like grow more taller. I'm not much tall, but I wanted like I was like God, if you could just make me more taller. But nah, at the point I realized that I'm okay the way I am. I don't
I
actually
used to
need.
pray that prayer a lot.
Yeah. There is this prayer, the prayer of acceptance. Prayer of acceptance said, God, the prayer of serenity. God grant me like the grace to accept the things I can change or things I cannot change. I can't remember how they put it. Yeah, but
Hmm.
for
I've heard
me,
that. Thing.
basically like the insecurities I've had in my whole life, the weight and the color of my skin. So I've really told myself that no, that what matters inside of me, it's what matters, it's what really is inside of me, and not the
Yes.
outward appearance that matters a lot.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow. Chigozie. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. I mean, it's so appalling that you had to go through that, your relative talking and taunting you about your complexion. And the annoying part, a lot of people actually still go through that. They make you feel
Yes,
so inadequate. It's very terrible, actually. It's very terrible. It's very terrible. And you see that's abuse. Yeah, it's very common. It's very common in society where people will look at a child and say, this child is so black like the devil, or black is dirty. oh, when you are too black, it means you are
Yeah.
dirty. So they will not expect you to have your bath like 10 times a day. They'll tell you, oh, scrub your skin very well. Oh. Some children, they'll go and buy them iron sponge. They'll tell them, oh, scrub your skin very well oh, to remove all that dirt and all that blackness. And you're wondering, like, how
I
do
had
you
like
scrub
this stone
out your
they bought me and
complexion?
told me that
How?
yeah. I had like this stone that she brought. She said it was like a dark stone. She said that it will help. That whenever I'm dating, I should use it on my skin. I tried it. I see the more I was using, the more it was harming my skin. So I said, no, 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 no. Instead of it
Yeah,
making me, it's not actually making my skin, as in like wounding me, like personal
yeah.
wounds. Skin. No, no, no. Said no, I can't do it again.
Whew, terrible. You know what? I'm glad that you have left that space mentally, physically, and otherwise. I'm glad that you've left that space. That was very, very unhealthy, but I'm glad you've left that space. And I hope that she has actually learned to embrace kids, especially the way they are, you know. And it's really sad, just to deviate a bit, it's really sad that a lot of parents these days they fall into that trap of wanting their babies. When I say babies, like between the ages of 1 to 5, 1 to 8, they want their babies to look like what society's beauty standards spells out. You know, there was this mother, I think I saw this thing on Instagram, a mother that was mixing a lot of creams, you know, for the child, a small girl that's just the age of 2. And a lot of people were actually bashing the woman, like, just allow your child grow. Why do you want to change what your baby, you know, why do you want to change what your baby looks like? A lot of people are like that. There's this lady I used to know back then in one of those churches I went to. The woman would say that, oh, that she likes light-skinned babies. So when she went to the hospital, one of the nurses told her that if she wants to give birth to a light-skinned baby, she needs to be consuming a lot of honey.
Ah,
Yeah,
serious.
I mean, this one, she was having a conversation with someone. I'm like, why? And she was like, anything that she's eating, you know, she puts honey. I'm like, well, normally it's okay for you to use honey, but just because of that desperation of wanting to have a light-skinned baby. So if you now give birth to a dark-skinned child, what do? Are you going to throw away the child? You know, so a lot of people have that mentality, and it's really sad.
Yeah, yes.
Hmm. Anyways, thank you so much for sharing, Chigozie. Thank you. And
Okay.
congratulations. Congratulations once again for completing your studies. We cannot wait to see you become that big man that you want to become.
In my parents, my mom says go for PhD. I told her that no, for now I need to work for
Ah,
myself.
you want to
I
spend all your adult years in school. After 5 years of getting one degree, you want to spend another many. Oh my God. Anyways, if you're gonna go
no,
into it, I mean, hey, all the best. All the best.
no, I told her it will be much more later in life. That right now I need that since I need to like focus on establishing a stable business for me. Uh,
Hmm.
like I'm running a business. I'm running a consultancy business. So like I'm looking like making it more stable before I
Hmm.
run it go into like any further education or something like that.
Do you want to sell yourself here? Because there are people listening. Consultancy business that focuses on what?
Mostly I'm doing mostly like career consultancy. That's what I actually do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to share your details, maybe your email in the comment section for people that need direction
Yeah.
on their career. Yeah. You can just share your email in the comment section so people can reach you. Okay.
I don't know oh, you're giving me like a free advert slot.
I mean, hey, the comment section is open, so please go ahead and share.
One
Okay.
family.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Chigozie. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's quickly move on to Purity. Hi, Purity. Hello. Is Purity here? Okay, maybe she's not ready to speak. We're going to move on to Sweary. Loveline Sweary. Hi.
Hello, Glory.
Hi.
Like I've been longing to do this for the longest time ever since I started joining your life. I just say, okay,
Oh,
if we're on this topic insecurity, then I don't talk, I don't join, then I don't really don't know what I really want. It's an honor.
I'm glad you I'm glad you're here. You're welcome. You're
Thanks very
welcome.
much. See, this topic is a whole lot. It's touching. Everybody has something to really say about it.
Hmm.
Personally, like I can relate with everything that you've actually gone through from primary school, secondary school, though university. The reactions I got from people had a great impact because through my primary school and secondary school I've been bullied throughout. So university I'm
Wow.
like, I cannot even just take it anymore. So I just build that shell for myself, that
Hmm.
wall. Before you even want to come, I've already have that defensive barrier and I snap out. I'm already that protected. They had an impact on my personality,
Hmm.
like a whole lot. I could not like talk. I've actually learned communicating from your channel if you don't know. I could not even
Wow.
express myself properly. But before you even want to say
Hmm.
one, I might have said twice, three, four times, whatever thing you want to say. I'm always that defensive.
Hmm.
It had
Hmm.
a it had a very great impact on me. Even up to now, just now that it's okay. Let me embrace myself and I try to express myself without being emotional,
Yeah.
without keep a very calm and clear mind, be open to things, advice people have to say. It right back even to family wise.
Hmm.
Like after my university life, I made 5 years in the university because of the crisis in my country. I'm in Cameroon. We had political crisis, and my area was affected. So I stayed some years in the house before I completed my university my first degree.
Hmm. Hmm.
Throughout that 5 years, I was a whole lot. Then the pressure, finance too was is a major issue. So you have to make it in life. Family pressure, you have to.
Yes.
With that pressure, I went through a state of depression, and in the peak of that depression, oh God, another bullet came in. I had to,
Hmm.
in the course of it, it's like you have to struggle to overcome it, and we thank God that at least we've gone through the phase. The worst part
Hmm.
is over.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this topic, as if I do not say anything, then I really don't know how I'm going to say I've succeeded in overcoming my insecurities.
Hmm. And the fact that you're able to share, it really tells a lot of, how much you've emptied yourself of all of that self-loathing. Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm happy. I'm
Oh,
happy you're able to share.
thanks very
I'm
much,
happy.
Gloria. I'm always at the background, but I comment,
Mm,
but never had the courage to say, okay, let me come live.
I'm happy. I mean, I'm so happy hearing your voice. I'm happy you're even able to share. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks
Thank
very
you so
much,
much.
baby.
Hmm. Okay. And don't allow any, see, let me tell you something. Don't allow anything dampen your spirit, your resolve to be better than how you are and where you are, right? As long as there's a will to keep
There's always
moving,
something. Yeah,
there'll always be a way. Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Okay. And let's move on to Bonani. Hello, Bonani. Are you there? You have to unmute yourself so that we can hear you. Bonani. Hello. Okay, we're just gonna move on to Tosin. Hi,
Can you
Tosin.
hear?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, Bonani is
All
here.
right.
Okay, Tosin, can you just hold on? Let Bonani speak, and then you speak. I thought she was off. Thank you, Tosin. Okay. Hi, Bonani.
Hi, my name is Tandy, by the way, not Bonani. You can call me
No, but
Tandy.
there's Tandy Swara Bonani here.
Tandy. You can call me Tandy if you can't pronounce
Oh,
Tandy.
Tandy. Tandy.
Yeah, Tandy.
Okay, Tandy, you're welcome. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for joining.
You're welcome. I'm so glad that I got through. And my insecurities, though, are different. Mine are since my mom, because I live in the UK and my mom passed away in South Africa, I couldn't go with the time. So around that time, I've gained weight. And for me, I have hips and huge butt. So at times now, I developed to have IBS. IBS is another form of having kind of like indigestion uh, problems where my stomach, although maybe it's not that big, it's kind of like out. When you're looking at me, you may think, is she pregnant or what? So
Yeah.
now I gained weight. So you're like, oh, what do I do? Even if you try to exercise, like it's painful on the inside, and
Yes.
you need patient at least to kind of like soothe that part. So it's kind of like it's a struggle, it's an ongoing thing, but I'm not letting
Mm,
it kind of stop everything. And the weight
mm,
as well, because of that emotional thing, because I haven't gone home since my mom
mm.
and my, because I've lost so many relatives whilst being here. So I'm still here, and I'm like, oh my God, if I go to South Africa again, I have to grieve. That thing of kind of like, you're not looking forward, but you have to go home because,
Mm,
everything, it's kind of like now what I do, I'm trying now to walk as I'm walking because what motivated me at the moment is to see Kosi because I've been watching Big Brother, that
mm.
exercising and seeing her. Oh, she
Yes.
has a belly, the arms, and all that. I listened to you as well when you were explaining that. People are laughing at
Yes.
her because of her arms. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't want to have saggy arms and all that. So I'm starting to do something. I'm starting to
Mm,
take, I can see the difference, but there's
mm,
still a long way. But because of that problem, as I have said, around my belly, it's kind of like you don't
mm,
see, you looking like you just trying your things like, oh yeah, I can see that I've lost a little bit. But when I go to the mall, I don't even want to look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I
mm,
looking? Because I'm like, oh, that's a big butt. My legs,
mm,
I wear jeans.
mm,
My jeans don't fit. And if I go to the shops, I don't getting jeans is another problem because as I said, I have huge hips. The waist is small, although I have that big thing on top because of my belly. Still, the jeans are not fitting me. You're like, what am I going to wear? Others are wearing nice things, and you want those. And I have nice clothes, and you're like, it's really an ongoing struggle. At times, it can put you a little downish on the downside, but at times you kind of like try and motivate yourself and say, you know what, let me do it. If Kosi can do it, maybe I can, but I will need to fight the problem I'm having because it's not something that I have chosen. But in terms of the weight,
mm,
I know what it has caused. It's caused by me losing my family members and couldn't go to say goodbye or anything. So mentally,
mm,
I'm working on it and also physically so that at least I'm choosing what I need to eat and all those things. So that's what I wanted to share really. Otherwise, my
yeah.
struggle went than the colorism and all that. Because if it was that, being dark skinned is really, black people at times they don't realize how lucky they are by having
Mm,
dark skin because the weather is changing and you protected there because it's hot even in Nigeria and in
mm,
other parts of Africa. So having a melanin really the greatest thing
mm,
ever. need to manage your skin, like in terms of not being shiny, using the right products at least that can, take that oily thing away. Otherwise, it's beautiful. I don't understand why people are bleaching. I don't know. Maybe other people will say because I'm lighter. Maybe that's why I'm saying that. But I always look at people who are really dark skinned. They have beautiful.
Hmm.
A lot of them
Yeah.
here in Nigeria, they have beautiful skin. I don't want to lie. So I'm like, what's the big deal? Why everyone is using bleach? So yeah, that's my story anyway.
Wow.
That's
Tandy,
yeah. Mm.
whilst you were speaking, I just felt like you were talking about me. Oh my God. You and I, we have a similar kind of struggle. Let me tell you this, yeah. So, because most of the time I'm working from home, so I don't always do like a lot of physical activity, like going out, walking around. So, what happens is when I eat, the food stores in my belly, digestion is difficult. I'm gonna mute you, all right, so that I can speak because there's a lot of noise interference. All right. Okay, so I had to mute you, Tandy, so that I can speak. 'Cause there was a lot of noise interference. So this is how mine happens, right? So when I work from home, because I don't always go out to do a lot of physical activities like walking and walking and walking, and if I have to go out, I drive most of the time because where I'll be going is either it's a distance from where I live, so I'll have to drive. So the food just keeps on piling up in my belly. It's not really digesting, and then my belly begins to grow. Now, this happens a lot, especially during when I'm reviewing Big Brother shows, right? Because I don't sleep well, and anytime I eat, there's no extra hard physical work that's to help me waste the food or to help me digest the food properly. So my belly grows bigger. And aside my belly that grows bigger, I grow bigger around my waist as well. I just wish my bum bum grows in the process. My bum does not grow in the process. It just everything just piles up in my belly, and then I add a bit of weight, sometimes 2 pounds like that. So it's also a huge insecurity for me. So what I did was I decided to take action, right? Now, last year, what I did to help myself was I got a personal trainer. I paid the person a lot of money actually. Now, when some of these personal trainers, I don't know, but some of them they are just not very honest. When this person comes around, the person doesn't really give me intensive workout routines like that. The person will just tell you, okay, do jumping jacks, do this, do that, and 1 hour is exhausted. And the person comes like maybe 4 times a week. So in that 4 times a week, I realize I'm not losing anything. I'm not seeing any result. And then 1 month will pass and I'm not seeing any results still. So what I did this time around, and this was something I started 1 month ago, and it will shock you that in 1 month, I've actually lost 4 pounds, right? I've actually lost 4 pounds. Quite shocking. So what I did was I bought a weight checker. I wish I could move around my apartment right now and show you all these things. I bought a weight checker. So what I do is I'm monitoring my progress. And then I downloaded an app. Oh, I downloaded an app. It's a fitness app. So this app prompts me every day to work out. So there are different things that you can work on. You can work on your abs, on your belly, and on your butt, your hips. So I chose to work on my belly only. And sometimes I work on my face. Sometimes I work on my bum. So I downloaded this app. This is to give myself that spirit of accountability that if I want to get results for this thing I want to do, then I have to actually monitor my progress. And then I went ahead to buy some workout equipment in my apartment. I bought a kettlebell. I bought the 8 kg kettlebell. I bought just one. And before I bought the kettlebell, I improvised. I would pick up my mom's little box that's in my house, and then I'll load it with a lot of heavy things. So that sometimes I'll put oranges unpeeled oranges, I'll put mangoes, I'll pile it up with fruits so that it's heavy. So what I use it to do is I use it to work on my side. I do a lot of side crunches, and I use it to also do squats, lunges, or what do they call it? So I bought a yoga mat, I bought a skipping rope, I bought a step board, I bought squats belt, I bought a lot of things. I bought a lot of workout outfits. I used to go to the gym, but then I said, no, there's no time to go to the gym. I want to monitor my progress by myself. Because when I used to go to the gym, I would pay a personal trainer, and the personal trainer, they will be giving you slow exercises so that you don't easily see results, so that you will come and register again for another month. So I bought all of these equipments, and then I put it, okay, the name of the app is, it's a fitness app. Sadly, it's on this device that I am using, so I can't really see it right now. But let me check my other phone if I will find the app. I will check for the app. It's a fitness app, very good. It has like this AI voice that counts your reps for you, that tells you what to do, and there's also a video to show you how to do it. There's an animated video and there's a real life video to show you how to do all those exercises, and then there's a timer for you to show it. So I also downloaded like this HIIT music playlist from YouTube, right? So every day I work out, every day. And then I bought this waist trainer from a particular waist trainer brand. Now, this is not me giving these people publicity, but okay, no need, because a lot of you are actually from different parts of the world. So just buy waist trainer. So what I do is I wear the waist trainer, and I wear the waist trainer when I am doing my skips. So I skip, and I first of all started skipping for 400 rounds. I did 400 jumps. And then after like 2 weeks, I got enough strength because I was actually heavy. Now you guys will see me here. I'm coming to do my videos. My face is looking slim. Guess what? My face is looking slim, but my belly was looking kind of big. Not very big, but kind of big. So I always wear my waist trainer when I'm doing my jumping, when I'm jumping my ropes. I started with 400 jumps. From 400, I started jumping 500. After jumping 500, now I can do 600, 700, right? Now, after that, I will use the step board, and I will do a lot of HIIT cardio moves. I check on YouTube for the most intensive ones. Yes. So that's how I work out. And I make sure I work out at least 2 hours every day. 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 weeks ago, I checked, I had lost 2 pounds. I was weighing 67 kg. And then I worked out for 3 weeks, like consistently. And while I was working out, I was actually also checking what I was eating. I stopped taking heavy food. I stopped eating a lot of carbs. I was still eating rice. I was still eating fruits. But if I'm to eat rice, I'm pumping in a lot of veggies. Red bell peppers, green bell peppers, all the bell peppers is there, all the cabbage is there, carrots, spring onions. I'm packing a lot of veggies, and I stopped taking carbonated drinks because carbonated drinks is one of my weakness. Yes, I was really addicted to carbonated drinks, so I stopped and I started drinking a lot of water. I still drink my tea, but I take my tea most of the time in the mornings. So then I stopped taking very active and sugar infiltrated carbonated drinks. I started taking only water. If at all I want to drink juice, maybe when I feel like I'm really tired, I take apple juice, right? So I was taking all of those things. I'm still taking all of those things. But what I'm trying to say is I have lost 4 kg in 1 month. And that's the gospel truth. That's the gospel truth. I am looking at my face right now. My face is slimmer. If you compare some of my older videos that I did maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, or maybe last month, you see the difference. The difference is huge. All my trousers, they are now loose around my waist. Yes. And you know, adding weight also comes with you adding weight in other parts of your bodies. My boobs got a bit bigger, but now everything is lesser. Everything is lesser. So, Tandy, what I'm trying to say is you are on the right track. The fact that you're working out and you're beginning to see the changes in you, you are actually on track. And trust me, you need to continue. And to also be accountable for your progress, I also encourage you to go ahead and buy a weight checker, because there's something about checking your weight when you're working out. Let's say you've been working out for the past 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month. When you check your weight, and you see that okay, there's a difference from what you used to weigh, you'll be motivated to continue in that light and to do better. All right. So that was what I did. I was working out. 3 weeks down the line, I had lost 2 pounds, and I'm like, what? What am I doing? And then I continued. I stopped eating in the evenings. Yes. If I most of the time I don't take breakfast because I usually work in the mornings. So my first meal of the day happens around like 1 p.m. or 12 o'clock. So once I eat around 1 p.m., I don't eat anything anymore. If I'm going to eat anything in the evening, it's going to be fruit. It's either I take oranges or I take mangoes or I take maybe pineapples or watermelon. I just take fruit. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm literally rushing to the restroom to detox. So I've been on a full blast of detox and it's been working. So Tandy, kudos to you. You are on track. What you described was totally my situation, and it happens to me like every year. Yes. So I'm glad you're working on it and you're seeing results. Don't stop, continue, and you will love your body before the end of the year. Trust me. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All the best. All the best. Okay. All right, let's quickly move on to Tosin.
Can
Hi, Tosin.
can you hear me?
Tosin, I can hear you loud and
Okay,
clear. I'm happy you're here. Tosin, how are you?
I'm okay. It's just
Okay.
I mean, what really caught my attention was I actually remembered when I first got into the state, right? I think that one particularly happened in class. It was more of like social insecurity to me because like
Hmm.
there's this like Nigerians. So when people, so I think I got into the class that day and everybody like the all class members like they were introducing themselves and I was like, okay, everybody they're saying, oh, I'm from Oklahoma, I'm from this, and I was the only Nigerian in there. At first, I was like, okay, what do I even say? Because there's this tag on Nigerians like, oh, you guys are scammers, stuff like that. Like I've heard it multiple times, and it was just like something that I just felt insecure about, and
Yeah.
also understand that like the better you do, like tell people where you're from. So like most people, they will be like, oh, are you Jamaican or are you from UK? I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm a Nigerian. Like people are like, oh, okay, this and that, but the thing is, I got bashed a lot, like, oh, you Nigerians, you guys are scammers and you guys are always, on top of your shit and stuff like that. So it's like they're always hating, especially like the white folks. And I got to understand that these people, like, it's not like they're hating, it's just that they wish they could do what Nigerians are actually doing, but damn, they cannot really do it. So it was just like something that I just like, okay, I brushed it off and it kind of like got better. And another one was like, I think my weight, I got bashed a lot for that when I was
You?
younger. Yeah, I
It's
got bashed a
just
lot.
it's quite difficult to even picture you struggling with weights.
No,
I
I
mean,
got
I've always known you to be fit for the longest time.
no, actually I wasn't like, now I think I'm like 181 pounds right now.
Um,
But I used to be like 130, 135, and it wasn't.
wow.
So each time,
Wow.
like, because I think even up till now, like whenever I post pictures, right, after like 5 minutes, I just take it down. I don't.
Whoa.
Yeah, it got that bad. I just take it down. I'm just like, nah. I don't think I really want to like share it, and yeah,
Wow.
and also another one was like financial insecurity. So this happened amongst my friends, right? Like most of them, then back then, like when I just got in, and they were making six figures, right? And
Mm.
I was only making like, I think if I could remember then, because I was going to school, so I didn't have time to even do anything. I think then I was, what I'm talking about is like 9 years ago. I was only making
Oh.
like 22K. And my friends, like, when we go out and stuff, like, they're always ordering like the most expensive stuff. So then I was like, I don't know how to like feel about this. So sometimes I tend to like when they invite me out, I tend to like back out.
Hmm.
I tend to like back out and just like bail out on them and just no, I gotta do something. But to me, I'm like, no, I know the reason why I don't want to do that. So, that was one thing. Then I got to understand that like based on what you just said about, success, it's something that you should actually that is going to really boost you. So, years back when I got to like that six figures with them, damn right now it's like even making even more than what they used to. So it's just like, okay, it boosted my ego too. Because as a guy, like whenever I would like go out, hang out and stuff like that. So it's just
Hmm.
something that it was really,
You
really.
can pay for your own things. You can order your own things without feeling
Oh yeah,
inferior.
yeah, yeah. So even some of them even got to an extent, right? Because I enjoy traveling. Every like 3 to 4 months, I like to like take trips and stuff. It even got to an extent whereby I started doing that and I post that, but I actually don't post like whatever fun I'm doing. It even got to an extent that I realized that some of them, I think they muted my because I was messing up with their own egos too. So it kind of like affected them. So I was able to like notice that. And at some point I just like, nah, I'm just gonna like really go private because I could feel the energy. So that was definitely one thing. And yeah,
Hmm.
I think I agree with you when you said success. Yeah, like I feel like success is going to like cover most of your insecurities. Yeah,
Hmm.
it boosts your confidence too. So yeah.
It
So
does. It does. And you see, it really does because most of the time, for some people, most of the time, most of your insecurities, they are kind of tied to your position in life. Are you able to afford certain things? If you're not, it just increases your self-loathing. You're loathing yourself. You don't like, the stage you're at. But the moment you begin to succeed in especially what you really love to do, what you enjoy doing, you find out that those things you used to consider as insecurities, it's not really consequential anymore, right? For you, you just feel like, well, it's nothing at the end of the day.
and I think another one is actually educational insecurity, right? I think that really messed with me at some point, and I will explain why I said that. So when I left Nigeria, right, like I think I was in 300 level then, and my friends, they graduated and all of that, and I come into the States and I started all over again, right? So in my head, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't even have anything to like show off. Like when I see them, I just these guys. Does that mean that they're actually doing better? Or like I just started feeling insecure about it. But I actually got to realize that, that's like it's not how far, but it's how well. Like it's not really
Mm.
who first finish or stuff like that. So yeah, that's another one that was definitely a big one for me too. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what's quite interesting, Tosin? For those of you guys that I've shared today, do you know that it's so this is the way personally I feel. Sometimes it's difficult to look at a guy and really think that the guy is actually struggling with certain insecurities. Because when you mention insecurities, the first thing that comes to your mind is a female, right? So people can just look at you and they're like, oh, fine boy. What could you possibly be worried about? You're doing well for yourself. You are in the abroad, in diaspora. So do you understand? So, but when you share like this, it's quite interesting that, okay, these things are actually real. And that's the thing, the same thing I said at the start of this live stream. There are people that people just look at, you feel like, oh, they are doing great. They don't have anything they are bothered about in this life. But then it shocks you when they begin to share and they also tell you how they've been able to overcome it. Quite interesting.
Well, like you mentioning this, I actually had someone that used to feel like, oh, you're plugging money from the tree, that kind of thing. So this guy, this person, let me not even say if it's a guy or a girl. This person happens to be a very, 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 very close friend of mine and all of that. I just felt like, you know, the whole thing, even the help and all of that, like, some people, no matter how you even try to like help, they rather prefer you to like, you know, give them the fish rather than teaching them how to like do it.
Yeah.
So it got
Hmm.
to. I felt bad about it at some point because I had to like call him one time like that. I look, it's not like I don't have my own stuff that I'm going through as well. Like with friends, it's not like I took it as a family, but we're friends and don't feel like, oh, okay, this guy does not really have what is actually going on with him, or maybe I don't have my own struggles. Just because I don't say it doesn't really mean I'm not facing my own shit too. So yeah.
Hmm. True. Anyways, thank you so much for sharing, Tosin. I appreciate. It's not easy to get a guy share things like this, but you have shared, Chigozie has shared. I mean, I really appreciate you guys opening up. Thank you so much.
Peace.
All right, Tosin. And by the way, guys, I just want you guys to know that this Tosin that you've just seen, Tosin is one of the pioneers of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. This is one of those people that started watching my videos right from when I had 50 subscribers. Yes, 50. Tosin, Trey Moffat, Dupe Omiwade, these were one of the earliest people that started watching my videos. And it's amazing that they are still here. How many years later they are still here? So I appreciate you so much, Tosin. Thank you so much for always being supportive, always being there. Thank you so much, Tosin. Okay, we're going to quickly move on to Marvis John. Hi, Marvis. Hello, Marvis. Ah, okay, so if we don't have Marvis here, we're going to move on to Tom. Hi, Tom. Hello, Tom.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Hi.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine. It's been a
You're welcome,
minute.
Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long time since I watched your videos.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you're here
Yeah,
today. I'm glad you're here.
yeah,
Welcome.
okay. Yeah, so I want to talk about my own insecurities, but this
Okay.
one is social anxiety. I think social anxiety um can be caused by some things also that happened in your childhood. So for me,
Mm,
for the longest time, I'm now 21 years old, and for the longest time, I've been dealing with social anxiety, and I believe that this comes from my childhood because I grew up being bullied not just at school but also from home. From a very young age, I grew up being told that I wasn't good, and these words came from those in my house, including parents, for example. Yeah, I just
wow.
grew up being judged and being told this and that, and being made to feel like I'm not good enough. And so sometimes I feel like the things that parents say or those in your house say to a small child impact them, and this thing they go deep into your soul, such that when you grow up you keep just having that mentality that you are not good enough. And so then growing up, I became that child, that weird child who was always bullied at school, who was always isolated, and who had social anxiety. I remember in high school locking myself in the bathroom for a long time because I didn't want to meet anyone. I was that shy. So that has made me, I believe, growing up being bullied at home and at school made me grow up into that young man that people didn't understand, that weird one who seem to be withdrawn, but people don't understand why I seem to be withdrawn. They don't understand that it's not because I don't want to be around people or because I'm unfriendly, but because I just can't help it. It has made me so shy and so it has made me to shrink such that it affects my social life. It affects me so much. I remember in high school, not very long ago, when I used to, let's say, take part in school debates. And I remember how I would I would not be able to deliver my message because I would start shivering and I would, the mic would fall from my hands because I just wasn't myself. Um, yeah, it has caused me to really. So I'm just trying to say that sometimes the things that the way you raise a child can determine how that child is gonna be. And I remember how in 2020, the 26th of when was it? 26th of November, I almost killed myself. I was writing my
Oh,
Namibian senior high school exam the next day, and I just remember how I could not take it anymore because I felt like I was being misunderstood by so many people. I felt like I wasn't really going to, yeah, to succeed in life. Or yeah, so I'm just realizing now. I never knew why I was like that, but I've always known that I was so different from my peers and everyone misunderstood me. But now I've come to realize that this has to do with my childhood, how I was raised, and the things that were said on me. That's what has made me so shy and made me have this social anxiety. I'm still struggling with it. And as a result, because of this anxiety, I am now sick. I have Tandie. I share the same sickness as Tandie. It's called IBS, the one who just spoke to you.
mm,
IBS is something, it's a condition of the stomach, the abdomen, the intestines. This one of the causes of this can also be stress and anxiety. So because I grew up with, having stress and anxiety from the very youngest age. That's why now I also developed that IBS. Yeah, which really,
mm.
makes my life miserable right now. Sometimes I have to be near the toilet and so on and just make sure that yeah, because it's really, really, it's painful for the stomach. And that's just anxiety. Yeah, so anxiety can cause physical sicknesses also. And that
Yeah,
is just caused just because of how I was raised. So yeah, I feel like that has been most of my anxieties, the cause of my insecurities in a way, because I have this social anxiety because I am insecure because of what I've been told. So I feel like I'm always being judged, or I don't feel free to express myself because of that. But I'm working on it, and I'm trying to just become the best version of myself. And I'm just working on projects. I'm also working like on YouTube to reach out to young people like me who have some kind of traumas, who've been kind of hurt in the same way and are now struggling to love themselves because of what they've been told. Yeah, so
mm.
that's my story.
Woo! Wow. Okay. I can't even, I'm speechless. I'm glad that Dupe Omiwade is here. If Dupe does not mind, I don't know if she can speak to you directly. Dupe is the person I have always referred to as our in-house psychologist. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's well experienced in conversations like this. I don't even know what to say. Dupe, if you are there, if you can hear us, please can you speak to Tom directly, please? Hello, Dupe.
Yeah, good afternoon. No, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, you are welcome. You're
Uh,
welcome.
Mm,
thank, thank you so much. Um,
Yeah.
I got a bit of what uh, he said because I struggled with my network for a bit. But
Mm,
if I could come on from the angle that I heard, I think he said he had a social insecurity because of the experience that he has had.
mm,
See, one major reason why people get trapped into whatever we have experienced is not letting go in your mind. You are doing a mind struggle, you are doing a mind bargain. And the best
mm,
way to address that is you want to analyze what has happened. I wish I heard you from the beginning. You want to take a stand back and analyze what has
mm,
happened. Now, what are you supposed to do in this analysis? You want to find out how did we get here? What led to this? What exactly? did I do that seems unacceptable to my onlooker or to the persons around me? Now, you want to also find out if that thing is entirely what you did not do right or it's just their opinion. See, this thing I'm telling you may not be as easy as I'm not itemizing it. But the point is, you must have to build up yourself. And for a young child going, the parents or the people around the child have a lot. I'm happy that you mentioned that. They have a lot to do in building up a both personality of a child, because that is where insecurity starts from. It also starts with what the parents know or what they feel about their situation that they are trying to transfer to that child. So every parent, every adult should do any child a honor from the beginning to say positive things. When you build a positivity into any child, their mind is grown, is built on that, and they are able to do the bargain. Okay, you will tell me you are so hungry, you are so stupid. The child will be able to say, okay, am I really? She will go to the mirror, actually see herself, look at people around her, and see how many can actually match up with the kind of beauty that she has. But it takes a child that has been groomed, and have been prepared. That's why I say it's a lot goes on in her mind. So whatever it is that is still hanging that you could not resolve, I want you to free your mind first. Because if you don't free your mind, you won't be able to build anything else. You won't be able to build, you won't be able to accept any other options or any other suggestions. So whatever has, and then one other thing I tell adolescents is whatever has happened and you cannot control, is there a way we can let go? Just dump it, because there are still many more you will meet and you come across, and you must be able to to be able to withstand it or weather it through. So don't build on issues that are not beneficial. Don't build on issues that you don't have a control on. It has happened. It has happened. Even if it is your own error, honestly, life continues. Find a comfortable zone to let go and see what better the future holds unto us. So that will also make you be able to know to have a better perception about yourself. Then another thing is, it doesn't matter what anybody say about me. For example, myself, what my own contribution will have been is I have never felt insecure about anything. What helped me? I have a father that was very, very, very positive. My father will see any other person after him. He wasn't that buoyant, he wasn't that very rich. He was just a principal of the school. And in our own time, principal teachers were not even rated well, were not even given their wages on time, and therefore it was a struggle. But I tell you, anybody comes after my father. And that was what he built into all of us. None of us had any insecurity, even when it is obvious. Glow will always say nose, nose, nose. Most of us have nose that are very, very big. In fact, I've never thought of it until Glow mentioned it. So, okay, is this supposed to be something? I have never, until he started mentioning it some years back when he was talking about herself and all of those things that he had to. So, parents, adults, the environment that a child grows up in has a major influence in how that child sees himself. And all of us we are going to be parents at some point. Make a positive investment in your children. Oh man, even whether they are boys or girls, I have all boys. But if I tell you the way I pad my boys, you will think they are billionaires children. And that has helped them even when I'm not there. I'm not there almost every time now. But they have their boldness, they have their confidence, they can speak in any forum, they can stand to anything, and they don't see anything else. So that's another thing. Don't compare yourself with another person. We're all unique. Every person is unique. There can never be two of Glow. Even as she's talking about all these things she talks about, honestly, 1 billion people admire Glow for what she's not even admiring about herself. So on that platform, we should all stand. That even when I have so many unpleasant comments, I have something that is reserved for me. And so we should build on that. I know I love public speaking. Even if you think I am not as beautiful as anybody, you can't take that one that I have that is unique, that is golden. I like to mentor people. I like to counsel people. That is a result for me. So we should we should dwell less on the things that are unpleasant and invest more on the positives. So I'm talking to you now, Joe. Is it Joe or Tom? I can't remember. Joe now. So the first thing is deal with your mind, reassess yourself, reassess the situation. When you do all of that, see whatever it is that is necessary. If you don't see anything necessary or something factual in what people are telling you to run you down or making you feel insecure, please dump it. Give yourself a span of like 3 months to redefine yourself. When you redefine yourself, don't be lazy. Keep on your focus. Whatever you know how to do, do it well. Let that one be your alarm. And honestly, everything will be resolved. Let me just hold on and let's see whether any other person is up. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Super. Thank you so much. I wish Poku can join us and just say a word or two to Tom. Poku is also another very interesting personality that shares a lot of knowledge about children, child bringing. Poku, if you're not too busy, if you can just join us and just speak some words of encouragement to Tom, that would really help. Apologies to Fortune that is here, but I don't know. Poku, can you speak? Hello, Poku. The link is in the comment section. Can you speak? Are you available to speak? Okay. So whilst we are waiting for her, let me just say, Tom.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. See, first of all, from me to you, I just want to let you know that you I didn't even know you were 21 when you started speaking until you mentioned it. And that goes to say that anybody who would listen to you for the first time, they can tell that you have a strong personality. They can tell that you are a firebrand in your own right. So
Mm,
give yourself some grace. All right? Give yourself
Some
some
people,
grace. I love, yeah.
mm, some people used to tell me that Tom, you are much greater than you think you are. They would recognize things that I did not recognize in myself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
And if they're telling you those things, it's because it's what they have seen in you. So I remember what I
Mm,
said to one of the speakers that spoke earlier. I said, even though people give you validation, the ultimate validation that you actually need is from yourself to yourself. All right.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
Are you there?
much. Thank you so
It's
much.
Tom there.
Thank you. Yes, I'm here.
All right, all right. So thank you so much for sharing that part of your life with us. And I hope that
Mm,
everything that Tupa has said comes as encouragement to you. And I hope you start practicing that self-belief that you need. All right. I hope you start
of
practicing
course.
that. Okay,
Yeah,
Poku is
it's one of
here.
them.
Let me just add her so that she speaks directly to you before we move on to the next speaker. Hi, Poku. You can unmute yourself.
Oh, hi, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Long time. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you so much. My children are keeping me really busy, so I just had to be typing, but I
Wow.
I am grateful for the chance to speak to this person.
Thank
And
you.
Mm,
let me drop this one. It's taking my energy. Lie down. Sorry, darling. Sorry, my love.
So sorry.
Okay. Sorry, baby. Okay, come. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I can handle it. Okay. You see, in life, we necessarily need resistance because if you're someone who works out, it's resistance that builds muscles. It's resistance that builds strength.
Mm.
It is good to be raised in an environment where you are supported, you are praised, you are validated. It's healthy and it's needed. It's required for even, especially for growing children. But the truth is that in this life, things are not always ideal. Things don't always happen the way they are supposed to. So what do? When you find yourself in a not so ideal situation? You have to improvise. I personally had a few years of validation and praise and all that, but it was very short-lived because my primary supporter was my mom, died when I was very young. So I had to face the resistance quite early. So what do? You make the best of your situation. Am I going to cower? Am I going to allow the impressions that people have about me? Am I going to allow their insecurities to define me? Or am I going to redefine myself? Let me give you an example. I don't know if you know Toby. Toby was a Big Brother Niger participant at one time. And while he was in the house, his love interest destroyed his confidence. She insulted him so much that this man began to cry. She diminished Toby on national TV. And I was so concerned about how he's going to come out of this, being embarrassed on national TV. But Toby came out. He did a lot of personal work, you could tell. And the level he is flying now showed that he took that situation and he turned it into his rocket fuel for the future. People who do not have pain hardly have that kind of fuel in life. Because there's a place you will get to in life. You will meet a wall, you will meet a resistance, you must meet a pushback. That is what tests what is inside of you. You have to tap into that pain. Tap into those voices that have been telling you, you are not good enough. You cannot do this. People are better than you. Use that as the fuel to counter every single doubt. Clear everybody's doubt about your life. Do it afraid, whether you are afraid to do it, whether you are scared, whether it feels like you're going to lose your breath. Especially as a man, you have to prove this to yourself, that I am not who they think I am. It is not what people call you that defines you. It is what you answer to that defines you. People can call you a weakling, but if you go out there and you achieve, the joke is going to be on them because you would have countered everything they thought you were. Listen, as much as I want to, I have boys. My children are boys. As much as I want to pet them and tell them, oh, you are wonderful, I love you, of course, that is a fact. But not everybody out there is going to look at you as this cloud of cotton candy that I see you as. Not everybody is going to praise you. Not everybody is going to like you. What do? Are you going to melt because somebody told you that you're not good enough? No, you're going to prove them wrong by being the very best that they can possibly be. Life is a battlefield of the mind. If you are a Christian, the Bible says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Everything that we do as human beings has to do with the mind work. Somebody is always going to be testing you. Somebody is always going to be pushing you. In your office, people are going to try to bully you. In your workplace, in your home, any setting you find yourself, there's always going to be something that's testing the stuff in you. Are you going to fold in because of fear of failure, fear of losing your job, fear of anything? No. If you cower, that is the beginning of the end for you. I know 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds that are being bullied in their offices by bosses that are younger than them, and they are developing heartache, they are developing diseases because of fear of something that you can stand up to. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
I'm here. Thank you so much.
there will always come a point in your life where you need to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I am not this person. I do not want to die like this. There is more in me, and by God, I will achieve everything that I was born to achieve. It doesn't matter what is standing before me, whether you are a mountain, you are going to come down because I know who I am. Especially if you are a Christian, you have to be, like I said in my chat, I always use this analogy for my nieces and nephews. Life is like an ocean. Even if you are a crayfish, go and buy the costume of a shark so that you are not an easy prey. Don't ever come out as an easy prey, because the world is full of people who are just willing to tear down your confidence, tear you down, pick at you because they need to feel validated. That is what gives them that sense of relevance, that yes, I'm breaking this person. It's their own, it's their own issue to deal with. When somebody comes out, like I say, I always give this scenario. Somebody can come out and you ask two people to describe that person, and they will use completely two different words, set of words to describe that person. Just like a personality test, if you go to a psychologist a clinic and you're given a personality test, you are told to interpret this picture. When you interpret the picture, the psychologist is not, you are not giving the psychologist a description of the picture. You are giving the psychologist a description of yourself, because it is through the lens of your own life that you speak, that the words that come out of you, they are not reflective of the person you are describing. They are reflective of your inner world. There are some people that can never use profanity. They can never use the F word because their inner world has been sanitized. So when people come at you with dirt, it's because they are a toxic reservoir. That is why things like that can come out of them. So don't take their word. Don't go into the mud with them. Don't play in that biohazard with them. Take it as that whatever you are saying about me is a reflection of your own life, your worldview, and what is happening in your life. It does not define me at all. Don't give people that kind of currency over your life, because they will misuse it. It is what you say and what you do that defines you, not what people say at all. At all. If you look at the greatest champions of this world, Muhammad Ali, if you look at all the boxers, all the fighters, all the athletes, there are people who have been told you cannot do it more times than they can count. But they went on to do it anyway. So that is proof that what people say is not the definitive end of your life. It is what you say, my brother. It is what you say. Go into your room, lock your door, do whatever you need to do. If you need to pray and fast, if you need to read your Bible, if you need to do anything, reset yourself and reset your mindset. Get the kind of books you need to get to read to change your mindset. You can absolutely change your life in 365 days. And nobody will be able to recognize the person that started January and the person that started December. If it's your working out, if it's your nutrition, if it is your Bible study, whatever it is that you are about, soak yourself inside. In this age of technology, I'm sorry I'm taking so much time. In this age of technology, people no longer value solitude, but there is power in being alone, doing inner work. If you need to, whatever you need to do, go on the internet. You will see many ways that you can engage yourself and redefine your life. Don't let people trample on you, because you know what? They're not just going to trample on you. They will crater you. They will dig a hole and put you inside. People always go way farther than the chance you give to them. So the best thing for you is to push back. Build a wall so thick and high. Feed yourself on wholesome content, the word of God, whatever you are about. Whatever you are about, feed your mind, feed your spirit, because you cannot give what you do not have. If your spirit is not filled up, any little thing you are going to crack. Any little thing you're going to crack. So you need to spend more time feeding your spirit with the necessary positivity and spiritual growth that you need to fight back, because the fight does not end here, my brother. It's not going to end today. At every stage in your life, you're always going to be facing that. So Thank you so much. I don't want to go on and on. Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you.
opportunity. Let
Wow.
other people.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much,
much,
Poku.
Coco.
My pleasure.
And Tom,
My
do you have
pleasure.
anything to say?
No, I'm so grateful for what Poku has said. I'm noting down everything, and I've already started with this journey. I've started since January. It's my year of personal growth, and I've been working on just trying to love myself and not listen to what people have to say because they are always going to have opinions. And yeah, I don't want to always live my life pleasing everyone and wanting to be the way that they want me to be or what's, yeah. So I'm just grateful. Thank you so much for this conversation. I had to
Thank
come to
you.
this conversation because when I read the title, I knew that this was the conversation for me.
Hmm. Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you so much, Tom. I'm glad you shared with us. Thank you so much. That took a lot of strength. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the
Mm.
best. And I know that when you've worked on yourself to the level you want, you will be the most confident person out there. It's already shining through your voice. It's already shining through the way you speak. It's just for you to own it and start living it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Okay.
All right. And thank you so much, Poco. I mean, I'm honored that despite you having a full plate over there, taking care of your kids and doing so many other things, you still were able to make our time to come and speak with us and encourage Tom, not taking this for granted. Thank you so much, Poco. Thank you
The
so much.
pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all
Thank
mine.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you. And Coco, we're still looking forward to you starting your podcast. Remember the one you shared with me, the
Yes,
one you want to start, I think about motherhood. We're still looking forward to it. So
yes,
please,
yes.
once it's out, please let us know so that we can share the link so that people
I
can be
sure will.
aware.
I sure will. Thank you so much. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. And Dupe Omiwade, thank you so much, Dupe. Thank you so much for making our time to come speak to Tom. Thank you so much, Dupe. Do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, thank you so much, Koku, and of course, thank you, Glow, as ever, the content, the class. And Tom, I'm excited that things are, you're noting some points, and things are definitely going to be far better from now. In addition to whatever you have started doing in the course of the year. One thing that you should also be mindful of is I know that Toku mentioned something close to that. Don't hack the script of your assessor. Honestly, that was supposed to be my point, where I would start from in contributing to this conversation. You don't in insecurity, you don't want to hack the script of your assessor or commentator or whatever. What do I mean by that? Their game or their goal is to see less of you. And if you are now put yourself in a low self-esteem status, that is a wrong platform to start. On the other flip of the coin, you do not want to be a perfectionist. You could see the extremes of the divide that I'm talking about. You don't want to bring yourself less. You also do not want to please them by walking on the eggshell. I have to be perfect. I have to eat this way. They said this is the way to sit in the public. No, you will make more mistake in that. All we've been saying all few moments from so far is be yourself first. I love the fact that Toku mentioned that what they are trying to do is to bring you to the level that they are. I'm familiar with the test, the psychological test that you referred, when you are giving something and whatever you bring in the psychology world, it is actually what you have in your mind. So you do not want to now begin to walk on the eggshell. They said I have to do this, so I have to aim to be a perfection. You in trying to do that, you will make more mistake because you'll be working under pressure. You'll be working entirely under pressure. And then in your workplace, for instance, remember that there is a lot of competition in your workplace. You all came together on the same day, maybe, and everybody from that point is struggling to survive. So your assessment, your ranking, your performance is not going to be the same. All you are going to do is make sure that you are doing all your best. You are not lazy. You are a good employee, so that you do not pull yourself into a poor performance. Because by the time you are entertaining security, the next thing you can't think, you can't put yourself together, you can't defend yourself, your performance will be very low, and it will now worsen the insecurity state. They will not know that that was what you're struggling with within yourself. So, one other way to cop that is mingle with people that are higher than you. I love to do that a lot. My circle of friends, I like people that I can tap. I don't want to be amidst people that I will be like the ultimate, that somebody that is above. No, I like to be among people that can drain me, that can I know that I can really make sure that I work hard to be or fit into their circle. So if you leverage on that, that can also be you. You can learn the way they approach the way they comport themselves, the way they speak, whatever it is that is their priorities, what they are mindful of, and all of that. You will gain more. Don't do more of I'm among my set. It may not pay all the time. Competition is thicker at that level. But when you are among people who you know that you're actually going to learn, and even while you are there, you don't see yourself as less. You are not going to be proud. You're not going to be rude. You are going to work at their level. I like challenges a lot. So that will also honestly help in building yourself up. Again, like I've talked about the social, you can also do social networking. There's so many religious social network that can build you up if you want whatever area that you're looking at. It's either in speaking, either in affecting your generation, affecting giving to the society, and there's so many of them. Even the religious circle, and of course, there are books, like Coco has said, there are so many defined books. So the net is so wide, the platform is very wide. But you are not going to put yourself under a rush. Give yourself time to improve. You don't also expect, because this thing are built over a period of time, you don't expect that it's going to be overnight. So don't beat yourself when you think you are not getting there. What we are saying is, regardless of whatever score you have got, celebrate it. You have done something, celebrate it. You are not doing badly. Then every day, give yourself affirmation, affirmative words, comments. Oh, Loduka, you are just so fantastic. Talk more about your strength. See less of whatever distraction that is going on around you. And honestly, it's going to be a lot of improvement. And you need to work on this, because you're going to be the head of a home. You're going to have a family. You're going to have your wife, and you're going to have your children. If you don't deal with it, it might affect their confidence as well. It might put them in a state of insecurity, whichever way. I have one or two uh, clients that it is actually this topic we are discussing today, that is the problem, and they ended up being a mental health patient. It was, what I joke a lot when I'm among this. I try to make things off formal. It was in the course of her just doing non-formality that we were able to dig deep to know that, oh, this is actually the problem. What is the problem? I can share it. These parents have this very fantastic child, very, very brilliant, but they belong to a religious sect. They do not wear earring, they do not wear this, they tie their hair, and this girl wants to be something else. But the parents, because this is a setting, they want all of them to go like that. And this girl have struggle with her parents, contending with, I can't do this, I don't like this, I don't like this way of life. And the thing wasn't, they weren't giving her any opportunity. Do you know what happened? This girl broke down. In fact, she went into psychosis. So we got her on admission. I remember that anytime I come around, I am the bling bling flashy flashy person. Anytime I come around, she will look at me, she will check, she will come and see it. You can see her spirit down. One of the days, so that I don't take her time, she said, I love this. She has not spoken in almost 2 3 weeks. Oh, I turned, you love what? I said, what do you like? And then she touched my hearing again, she touched my chin. I said, I love this. Oh, I said, do you like it? And I can give it to you. She looked at me, she kept quiet, she started crying. Oh, I saw that there's an opportunity. We started digging until one of the days she opened up. I said, I'm your friend. You need to talk to me. Let's see. Until one of the days she said, I don't know when they're going to leave me alone. I don't like this nonsense. You tie your hair, you don't wear earring. I love to wear. Oh, I had to call the parents. Say, if you love this girl, if you love her future and her destiny, leave her to be her. You are the one who took the faith. She did not take the faith. She's not a wayward girl. She just wants to appear like this. among our friends. So leave her. And then we put it on a test. Bro, you will not believe it. Immediately we let this girl be. She cleared, she's a mathematics student for God's sake, undergraduate. She cleared the thing on first class. Her performance changed completely in school. She was the odd man out in the family, so to say, because everybody is fine. She cleared it and went straight to Canada for her undergraduate. I'm talking to you, this girl is rounding up PhD. Aha. Every day
Wow.
the parents see me, they see me. They, in fact, it's like they should, both father and mother, she should carry me on just because we identify something and we build on it. So it can really be so terrible. But what we're to say to everybody listening is don't see yourself less. Try to explore what you can control. The one you cannot control, please put it under your feet. It's not just important as well. But everything has to do with your mind. Your mind has to be developed. Your mind has to be mature to be able to weather through all of this. Thank you very much, Glo. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dupe. Wow. Wow. This is deep. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dupe. I mean, it's always a learning galore whenever the likes of you speak. I mean, Puku just fired us with some heavy words of motivation. And here you are also doing the same. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure that people listening are also learning. Thank you so much, Dupe. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna quickly move on to Fortune. Fortune, my sincerest apologies. I
No
just
problem.
needed, yes, I needed them to talk to Tom.
No, I
Yes,
am
and I'm
so
glad
happy
you're
they spoke. Glory, please don't even apologize. It's almost like they preempted my conversation, but I will
here.
still just share what I wanted to share and maybe hopefully inspire another person, who's
Yeah,
maybe listening. But everything that the ladies have said, every single thing I take in, and I feel so full inside that I don't know
yeah,
if I'll be able to say my story, but I'm going to try.
please do, please do.
Okay, so this topic is very important because for me, it's so much triggered with this conversation that we had in the past in one of your videos. And I remember
Mm,
very well why I wanted specifically to share my own story and where my insecurities came from and just how they affected me and how I worked through it, right? So
mm.
I'll be quick with this. So my mom literally had 4 children before she was 22, and there's no twins.
Oh wow,
There's no twins. I mean, it was 1979, 1983, boom, four. She was very busy. And
wow.
she was a teenager when she got into this, right? So by the time
Mm,
4 kids were there, I think it was just too much, for her. So my mom left and she left us with my dad. So my dad had to bring other people from like the village, family members and everything to come look after us. These people were also kind of kids. I think they were just probably just young adults. They were taking care of us. That was terrible. It was the worst environment for a child to grow up. I mean, from being told you're ugly, I've got big eyes. They used to call me globes. They used to switch off the lights and say, "Oh, shine your globes so that we can see." And I was a child,
wow,
you know? So I was told I was ugly. They told my sisters, everybody, we just were bombarded with such negative words. It's not like seasonal glory, it was daily. These guys were
wow,
really nasty. And because my dad remarried and he was staying with the other wives, he married two. So he was
wow,
between the, and he would come and see us during the day and everything, but he would go at night. It was worse. So it made us very close. Myself and my siblings, we are very, very, very close. Nobody can come between us because we are all we had, right? And we just had to be together because that's all we had. So basically, bashing and being told all sorts of negative things. I mean, they used to wake us up like at 4 a.m. to do the gardens, to do the verandas and everything, so that by 6 a.m. it's done, and we were just kids. So the childhood was rough. There was really nothing nurturing, no affection, nothing. It really weighed on me. I'm a short person. My body is like similar to like Bella's, literally exactly what she looks like. Very small,
well,
petite.
petite.
When boobies were supposed to come out the normal way people know them to come out, they never did. So it was just, I was very small. That's just how I'm built. And these people preyed on it. They were like, nobody will love you. You are ugly. Where you should have a chest, it's not there. This is now when I was a teenager. But before that, I think when I was 11, around 11, it got so bad between my sister and myself. My sister and myself are almost like twins. We're just a year apart. We used to share, this environment, how bad it is and how it was affecting us. So the conversation that I want to have now, we will speak to Tom. What happened at that time is we discussed it and we were searching. We were told that the age of majority is 18 or 21. You see, I'm even getting emotional talking about this. They said that's the age of majority. We calculated the days from where we were to getting to 18. The days were just too many, Glory, of suffering this. And growing up like that, we were told that you can never be liberated from home before you turn 18. And we were all waiting for 18 so that we could leave that environment. And my sister was like, you know what? They will kill us before we get to that. That's how bad it was. So then we found out somewhere that if you eat the elephant ear, there's this elephant ear, the plant, if you eat that, you die peacefully. So we devised a plan.
Wow.
We said we're going to eat that thing and just at least free ourselves from the pain. We found
Wow.
it. We ate that thing. I was so disappointed when I woke up the following day in hospital. I'm like, I'm not dead. I really just wanted to die. And I found out that my sister also didn't make it. So I think we ate the wrong part. They say you should eat something else. I don't know. But whatever we ate saved us. So after that, my father became a bit more involved, trying to find out from us what led to that. And because we were so afraid, we never communicated. I was 11 and my sister was 10. Fast forward, we were put in boarding school. It was better then. And after boarding school, we never went back home. We'd go to my grand's place instead. So it became a bit better, but still there was no love, nothing. My mother was still not back. She would come once every 2-3 years. When she was young, she would just like, I can't wait for you guys to be old so that you can take care of me. Already there's pressure there. And, so it was rough. I got to the age of 18. I still couldn't leave because, we're Africans. But I started mixing. I had finished school then. So I started going to church and, I started getting a bit of hope. I still believed I was ugly. All of the things that they said I couldn't be, I was. And because at some point my dad lost his job, there was no varsity for me. I found a job. I was going to the job. There's a book that I read when I turned 19. Somebody blessed me with a book. I can't quite remember the title. I think it's the Strength Within, something like that. I read this book cover to cover, cover to cover, cover to cover. It's almost like there was a light bulb in my head. I was like, okay, I have the power. On top of the fact that I'm now 18, really those people don't have as much hold on me anymore, So it was not the era of YouTube so much, but how I started working on myself is I used to watch movies a lot. And this book talked about looking for the positive in everything that you see. So at the end of every movie or in between it, I used to write down every good thing in that movie, everything, write it down. I still have those books and books from when I was young, writing down everything that's good because that's the only source of content that I had. And I would read these things over and over and over again. I started building, slowly building. It took years, like Dupe said. You almost want it to happen instantly. But after you've done the work and you look back, you're like, oh my goodness, it's been years of work, So it happened gradually. Then I started feeling, okay, I'm strong. The beauty was not there yet. I still was ugly. The nose is big. The eyes are big because that's what they said, And when I was 27, at that time, I had just finished my advanced level. There was no money for varsity, so I just started working. But I had aspirations to become someone. I wanted to be somebody. What ended up happening is I overdid the education when I finally could do it. I've got things I don't need right now. The master's is and all that. I just buried myself when I could afford to go to school. I got everything that's in my field that you can potentially get. And I did it with flying colors because I just needed to prove that I've done it. Where I learned a lesson from what Dupe said is, sometimes it's not about just now being the star and overdoing it. I could have paced myself, but I buried myself in the books. I am overqualified for really my field right now. But what that did is it gave me options. I can work anywhere, right? I've worked in several countries because I've got the qualifications to do it, So over the years, I've worked on myself and I did the book that finally changed everything for me to help me forgive the people that raised us is a book by Oprah Winfrey. It's a new book. I think it came out last year. It says, "What happened to you?" How it helped me forgive the people that tortured us is because when I read it, I realized that they also never received love. They actually didn't know how to give what I thought I needed. They didn't have it. They just gave the hate they got from other people. It cascades all the way, the generations to all the people. If you don't give the love, they can if I don't have it, I can't give it to another person. I forgave everybody. Then I asked my mom the story. I said, because now my mother is back. We're very close. We're actually friends, you know. I said to my mom, what really happened? The story I got from my mother, tears from all lines of my eyes. I had 4. We sat her down. We said to my mom, tell us, there was zero love there. She was regarded a vagabond. The way she made my dad was when she was running away from home, she bumped into my dad and she said to him, can I stay at your house for a little bit as a teenager? And that's how she ended up there. So now, why am I saying all of this? Dupe and Poco said it all. I will just say it again because in the way that it affected me. It's very easy to hold on to this happened to me. They did this to me. They did that to me. Most of it is not intentional. People usually pass down what they got, unless a person is evil. How we can change this is by molding ourselves and teaching the little people that are coming better, you know? So that's what I've learned over the years. Right now, I'm the minister of positivity. There is nothing. If you call me a dog today, I will laugh. None of those insults work. I had to work on myself. I listen to, Motivation 101 every single day, and I repeat it. The affirmations that Duque was talking about every day. I work on it and I build myself. Tom, if you're listening, every single day you feel yourself growing. There is no moment that should pass that is idle. If you've got gaps that you can listen to something that can build you up, feed on that. You find that before you know it, you look at last year and you're like, I'm better than last year. I'm this. That's how that helped me. And I think with you won't believe the funny story that happened. They said my eyes were so big that it looked so funny. They are really actually very beautiful. But for years I cried. I said to my dad, I need to wear glasses because I thought glasses would cover these eyes and I would look better. I cried. I used to fake blind and the doctors were like, no, this girl can see because I wanted the glasses so that at least I could cover these eyes because these people just said, with eyes like that, you'll be seeing for the whole class. They just had shade on top of shade to a child. How I forgave them is when I read all these books, but that book really for anybody who's holding on to anything, it's a very nice book to read. You understand the guardians or your parents better, So that's how I did it. And in the dating scene, because I'm a small person, I grew up being told that you're ugly, you're small, nobody will want you. Glory, do you know how I took charge? When I see that, because the guys that I think I want would never come to me. When this motivated fortune happened, I just go to the person that I think we can gel. I know you don't see it, but let's talk. And when you talk, they don't want to go. They're like, yes, I want. You're like, hello. It's because you're first judging by the appearance. Sometimes people need to learn to also maybe just invest in acquaintances by the sake of just intellect, not just appearance. And right now, I've worked on myself. I feel beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. And I just always tell myself that this is exactly what it is. And that's how I've worked on myself over the years. It was rough in the beginning, but right now, I actually am grateful in a way of most of the journey. The part about trying to take my own life, not really. I actually hardly talk about it. I brought it up because I know somebody's dealing with it as well in this conversation. That part I would like to forget, but everything else that I went through, I'm happy that it can help me raise my nieces and my nephews better right now because those kids are loved. There is constructive criticism. There is no bad words that these kids can latch onto that can diminish their value. I refuse that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even know what to say, Fortune.
So
Wow.
I felt moved to share this story because I felt like
Wow.
someone is dealing with this at any age, and to motivate another person who is probably struggling to say, I'm late. I started studying when I was 28. Right now I'm an
Wow.
executive, I'm 40. I have so many
Wow.
people under me. My first qualification after A level was when I was 28. That's when I started
Wow.
opening the book. I'm a chartered accountant. I started opening the book at 28 because between when I finished A levels in that time, there was no money for me to go to varsity. But I'm an executive now. If
Wow.
career, yeah, if corporate is what that person wants, here's motivation. If it's not, in whatever area, guys, if there's anybody who's feeling that, it's never too late. But we work on ourselves daily. I work on me every day. I listen to you and other people on you. I learn every single day because we are life learners, like Dupe said. Learn every single day gradually. Take a piece, take a piece, take a piece. So that's just what I wanted to share. And I'm so happy you caught on to this topic again because we've talked about it. But I really wanted to talk about this.
Yeah. Wow. Woo! I am full. You know what, Fortune? Oh my God. You know, you've been on this channel for the longest time as well. And every time we converse, you share, it's always very insightful. But no one can ever tell that you actually went through all of this. And you see, that's the power of your growth. You've evolved in the most powerful way. It's almost unreal. It's almost unreal. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing that part of your journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
and
so
thank you so
much.
much to Poku and to Duque because when they spoke, I almost wanted to have spoken earlier so that they can summarize it because they've really put it in a nicer way than I did. But I'm so grateful. I've learned so much. So I'll park around in the messages, if you know, and chat with everybody and listen to
Yeah.
the other guys that are gonna speak. I'm actually at my friend's wedding. I just went to the car to just
Wow.
participate, so I'll be listening through. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Thank you so much, Fortune. Thank you so much, Fortune. There was actually someone that spoke earlier. I think she said she's 26, and you know the fear of some people at 22, they've already achieved, they've already made it, and then here you are. You started learning, you started chasing your certificate from the age of 28. I wish that person was here right now to listen to this and to also know that there's a living testimony of the fact that it doesn't matter when you start, there's
Yeah.
still time for you to achieve what you
Everybody's
want.
journey is
Yeah,
different and ambitions are
yes,
different. What we aim for is
yes,
different. Other people reach their peak early, others later, and your peak is subjective to really just basically what you want.
true,
So it's never a
true,
time thing. You know, when the time is right for whatever you're wanting, the time is right. And when it's there, it's just there.
yes,
Nobody can say anything about it.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Glory.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to
Thank
me.
you. Thank you so much for tuning. Once again, thank you so much for sharing that part of your life with us. Thank you so much. And
Thank
enjoy the
you.
rest of your friend's wedding.
Thank
Thank you
you so
so
much.
much. Woo! Oh my God. Oh my God. Fortune story almost got me tearing up here. Wow. Anyways, let me just quickly move on to the next person. Khadija. Hi, Khadija.
Hi, Glory.
Hi.
Good
Oh
evening.
my God. Good evening. Welcome to the conversation. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
How are
Yeah,
you?
we all have stories. Until
Yeah.
you listen to somebody's story, you'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. True.
My story, I would say financial insecurities. I want to use myself as an example. Maybe somebody might learn from it. Um, Growing up, life was comfortable, I would say. My dad was not rich, but we were okay with whatever we wanted. Everything was provided for us for education until my dad passed when I was 16 years old.
Hmm.
So after my daddy passed, um, he was buried on Saturday. Then Sunday evening, my uncles they called us for a family meeting, and that was where they were sharing my daddy's properties in front
Wow.
of the kids. Yeah.
Wow.
This one takes my daddy's car, this one take this house, and nobody was talking about, oh, I'll take this child, I'll see this child through this school. I'm getting emotional. And
Wow.
I had elder brothers and elder sisters. So at the meeting, my elder brothers and elder sisters, they were just quiet and listening. So me and my other younger brother, we were like, what is going on? We wanted to speak. By then, my mom told us, why do you want to talk? Your dad had those properties and he's gone. You don't need to fight over this property. And I'm like, okay. So who is going to take care of us, the kids? We are in school. Everybody is just thinking about property, but nobody is talking about the kids. Who is going to take care of us? So after
Wow.
everything, we left. Everybody left. We came back. And that was when life started. My mom, not knowing my mom was pregnant before my daddy died. So, and where her business was, the place was demolished by the AMA. So now my mother had no livelihood. The kids, we have to fend for ourselves. And one of my aunties came and she said, oh, she would take me to school. Something in me told me no, I didn't want to go. My mom was like, no, they will say your daddy died, they tried to help you, and you said no. I said okay, and I followed this my auntie. She took me to the school. Everything was okay until I got a scholarship. After I got the scholarship, my auntie changed. I didn't understand. Everything just changed, like it was not making sense to me. I was in the school, there was no food for me. And I didn't know how to ask for help. I'll come out smiling and everything, but at night I'm crying because I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I only have gari, and the gari, I have no sugar, I have nothing. Sometimes I'll eat the raw gari and drink water on it and go to class. Nobody knew my story until it got to a point. I went to my auntie and I'm like, okay, you brought me to school and now you're not feeding me. She told me she has done her part, so I should go to my mom to complete her part. That was when I said, okay. I left, came back, told my mom, this is what my auntie said. And my mom said, so what is the way forward? I said, the way forward is I'm quitting this school, coming back to fight for my life. My mom said, why? I said, what is the essence? I will die of hunger. I think I have stomach ulcer already. Something is happening in me. My mom said, okay. I was a dancer then. Unless I don't hear there is a performance somewhere, I'll go and join the group, learn the dance, go and perform. And that time they'll give you 5 CD. 5 CD,
Mm.
maybe in Nigeria money is like 500 naira. I'll come home with
Wow.
that 500 naira, give my mom, because my mom is not working. I'll give my mom, I said, do whatever you can do with this 500 naira so that we can survive. Then I realized life, I wanted to go to school. I needed education. Everybody, my friends would be like, why are you not in school? You are very intelligent. I'm like, okay. Then one day I sat down, I cried. I wanted to kill myself. It got to a point that I was fed up. I wanted to kill myself. So then a voice spoke to me. I don't know how it happened, but the only thing I heard was, you don't need this. You don't need this. Be grateful for whatever you have. At least you have something going on for you. There are people somewhere, they don't have hope. Nothing. I was like, okay, this is it. I had friends who wanted to influence me to things that I am not comfortable with. I cut those friends off. I started doing jobs that people would say, why are you doing this kind of work? But I knew what I wanted. Until the opportunity came for me to go to Kuwait. And people were like, those Arab countries, they'll kill you, everything. I said, I'm ready to die. What am I doing here? I'm already dead. So if I go there and they kill me, I know, okay, I died on the course. And believe you me, the Kuwait I went to helped me. I was able to buy land, build house for my mom. My mom
Wow.
has no problem with accommodation again. My younger
Mm.
brothers have finished schooling. Like, I just want to tell somebody, I don't know who that person is. Listen, education is the key. But if you don't have the opportunity to go to school, don't kill yourself. It's not the
Mm.
end of the world. Any little job you get, just put your all in it. You may never know. Something will come out from it. We were all
Wow.
not born with silver spoons in our mouth. We have people, when they touch something, it becomes gold. And we have people who will struggle to. It's not everybody that will be rich. We all can never be the same. That's why the fingers are
True.
not the same. So
True.
whatever somebody is going through, just be grateful to God. Keep on praying. Keep believing. I never knew I could buy land.
Mm.
I was not in that position. I wanted to kill myself. If I had killed myself, I wouldn't be able to buy land, build house for my mom. I have 3 different houses.
Wow.
I sit down sometimes and it feels like a dream. I ask myself, is this me? 3 houses. From where? How? I ask myself. But then I'll be like, God, I am grateful. So whoever is listening to me now, whatever situation you find yourself in, it's never too late. God is still doing miracles.
Mm.
Whoever that uncle, that auntie, that step sister, that stepmother who is trying to intimidate you, keep you in a box, don't give them that opportunity. Pray to your God. God is a miracle working God. He has done it for me, and He will do it for whoever is going through that. Suicide is not the solution. Suicide is never the solution. I'm praying for whoever is in a situation whereby they can't feed themselves. You don't even know what you eat the next day. God is a miracle working God. So far as there is life, there is hope. When there is life, believe you me, there is hope. Never give up in life. Never, and never think of killing yourself. You don't own your life. God owns your life. If He thinks this is the end, He would make sure you are gone before daybreak. But since He kept you alive, God kept you for a purpose. That is why you are still alive. So make sure you are grateful for life. Life comes before anything. You can have money. If you have money and you don't have good health, trust me, you will not enjoy. You will not enjoy life. So even if you don't have money and you have good health, trust me, believe you me, you have something somebody somewhere is crying with money to get, but the person cannot get. We have people in the hospital without oxygen, they can't breathe. We have people in the hospital without tube, they can't feed. But you are here. You have life, you have oxygen, you can eat, you can drink. Just be grateful. Even if it's Gary, be grateful for that Gary. I
Mm.
chew Gary for 2 good years until I said, no, this is the end. It's never too late, trust me. Whatever, don't think the job is not fit. No, there is no job. You see, those dirty jobs, that's where the money is. Those jobs we don't believe, you feel like I'm too, I don't know how to put it. Look, if you have some kind of friends who makes you think you are above whatever, please, you are not above anything. Those dirty jobs, they will make you rich one day and you will get to the level you want to get to. Everybody around me is now telling me, you have the money, go back to school. But I keep telling them, trust me, Glory, after what my auntie did, education is out. I don't think about it. It's like if I go back to school, I'm going to be having those memories. Like, I don't want to have those memories. I'm my auntie has come to ask for forgiveness, but I don't know how to forgive her. I'm trying, I'm praying over it. I'm like, God, give me that heart to forgive her. Even though I told her you are forgiving, but within my heart, I asked myself, what if I had died? Will you be here today asking me for forgiveness? Or you go to my grave site to be asking for that forgiveness? But I'm praying to God to give me that heart to forgive her. When you forgive, I think I also feel okay. So whoever you are listening to me now, just know there is a miracle working God, and that God is still working miracles. He's still working miracles. Just trust and believe. It's never too late. Thank you, Glory. I didn't mean to cry, but memories came back, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah, we've been through it. We don't look like what we've been through. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. God is a miracle working God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
not easy.
so much, Khadija.
You're welcome, Glory.
Thank you so much. My joy is the fact that you are able to tell your story
Yeah,
with so much strength. I
yeah.
am so happy for you. Your
Thank you.
life is a testimony. And it's
Thank
okay
you.
to cry when you remember those
Yeah,
times because
it's true.
they meant something happened. So you
Exactly.
crying, you are forgetting yourself of all of those emotions of pain
Mm-hmm.
that you actually felt that time. So it's
It's
okay
true.
to cry. I am
It's
happy
true.
for you. I'm happy for
Thank
the
you.
changes in your life.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy for the growth.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy for all the good things that have happened to you and your family. I'm
Thank you.
happy. But you see
Amen.
that part of forgiveness, take your
Yeah,
time, okay?
yeah,
Take your time. It's something you experience, so nobody can tell you how to feel. All
yeah,
right. You alone know what you went through. So take your time with it, but also pray about it as you've been doing. Pray about it.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
believe that when the time is right, it will
It's
happen
true.
by itself.
Inshallah.
Yeah, it will happen
Inshallah.
by
Thank you
itself.
very much, Glory.
Thank you. But
No,
thank you
bye
so
bye.
much for sharing. Thank you so much for
You're
sharing.
welcome, Glory.
And another thing I want to tell you, I want to encourage
Yeah.
you actually, that you
Okay.
see, when people hurt us, yeah, when people
Yeah.
hurt us and we try to move past the hurt and the pain
Yeah.
they caused us, yeah, one
Yeah.
of the biggest ways to move beyond that hurt and pain is to challenge yourself
Mm.
to prove to yourself beyond all reasonable doubt that that thing that they did not want you to do, that they
Yeah.
believe that you do not have the capacity to do, that you will do it. You see that education, I
Yeah.
know that it's still going to be a struggle for you, to go
Mm.
back to school or to achieve anything academic because you will still be
Yeah.
reminded of the person that hurt you. But
Yeah.
I want to encourage you to challenge yourself to move beyond that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Move beyond
I'll
that.
put that in
If you,
consideration.
yeah, if the opportunity comes for you to still go back into academics or go back to school, don't think about the person that made you dislike school. Instead, think of the positives that you benefit from that move. Okay.
Okay.
If you are able to achieve that, then trust me, you will automatically be able to overcome whatever imprint she has on you with regards to the thing that she caused you.
Inshallah.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Glory.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Glory.
Thank you. All right.
Bye bye.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We're going to move on to Precious. Hi, Precious. Are you
Hi,
there?
Glory.
Hi. You're welcome to the conversation. How
Can
are
you hear
you?
me?
I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm
How are
fine.
you?
I'm fine.
Nice.
Talking about insecurity. I was
Yeah.
a stammer when I was little, like a
Wow.
baby. Like it
Wow.
was very serious. Before I say something, I will literally jump. I
Wow.
will jump just to get a word out of my mouth. And at home, when I want to contribute to family discussion, I will always jump, and my sister will always hold me because the jump self
Wow.
is very, very serious. And when I went to school, they always laugh at me
Hmm.
because of my condition. And I can't even talk in class because they will always shut up, like those kind of stuff. So I don't talk in class. I will just sit down. If I want to say something, I will just write. Sometimes I do write because if I jump in class, it's not like family at home that if I say something, I will just be jumping. And because it's my family, so they will not really laugh me. But in school, I can't jump. So I'll
Hmm.
literally write it and I will show the person. And also my nose.
Ah, my
It
sister in the nose. You're welcome.
that it was even worse. Like it's not that my nose is very big, oh, it's not too big, not too small. But when I got to school, secondary school, my friends they were laughing me that my nose is too big. I will always go home and ask my mom, is my nose big? Because when I was little, I always had this confidence in me that, oh my God, I will always look at myself in the mirror that you're beautiful, you're sexy. When I was baby, or like 3, 4 years, my mom always tells me that I will go to the mirror, start admiring myself. So when I went home and I was always telling her that, oh, my friend said I have big nose, she was like very surprised because I'm not that kind of person. So when I was feeling that doubt that, oh God, my nose is very big. And surprisingly, the nose was getting bigger. Like it was like the nose was now becoming bigger. I don't know, I'm really shy. You can tell from my voice. Because this is actually my first life.
But you actually sound great. I mean, I could never tell if you had a stuttering problem if you did not mention it. It
Yeah,
doesn't even sound like it at
all
all.
thanks to God and my sister. Because when I was always saying, like trying to say something at home, she will always hold me. She will always
Hmm.
hold me, and I will be saying it as if I'm singing. So the two will just be going, like the word will just be coming. So my advice, because I'm 18 years old,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
small, yeah. So
You're
my
not small.
advice.
You're not small.
So
You're
my
not
advice for
small.
anybody listening, like when we are facing challenges, we should have that mindset as an athlete,
Hmm.
training to overcome any obstacles that we face. Like
Hmm.
there are some people they're always saying, oh, people are always saying my body, this, I'm ugly. What have you done to yourself? What have you said to yourself? Have you gone through, like, do you have any self-love in you? There are some people when you see people complaining about, oh, my body, my this, is because they don't have that respect and self-love within them. That
Hmm.
is my own opinion. Because when
Hmm.
you, like, for example, when you go to the market and you want to buy something, you ask the woman, how much is this? The woman said this, the woman will tell you is 1,000 naira. Will you price to double? Like, mama, give
No.
me for 3,000 or 2,000. No, you will price downward. So if you don't love yourself and you think you will see somebody out there that will love you for who you are, there's nobody that will love you if you don't love yourself. So that
Hmm.
is my advice. And um the most destructive voice is our voice. It's not,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter what happens to you, is how you respond to that obstacle and challenging times that would tell. So
Hmm.
that is what I have to say.
Are you sure you're 18?
Yes.
Oh my God. You sound so smart. Like you're spitting serious words of wisdom right now, and I'm taking it. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing.
And I'm actually the Owie Purity. This is my sister's
Oh, you've
account.
been trying to join since. Oh my God, I'm
Yes.
glad you joined finally. I'm glad you joined. And yeah, let me just say this to you. I don't know if you know already, but I want to tell you again.
Mhm.
Your confidence, oh my God, I love it. Your confidence is so strong. Your voice is so powerful. And God, I don't even believe that you've ever had a stuttering problem. You sound like you've been talking like this since you were born. And I love
No, I
it.
have, but that's why I'm just rushing. So I have, but it's
Yeah.
not really that serious. It's not really that serious again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I am happy for you. I'm happy
Thank
that you
you.
found yourself where you are. And
Yeah.
I just pray for you that as you continue to grow, you continue to grow in your confidence, you continue to grow in your strength, in your power. Because oh my God, at
Mm.
the age of 18, you sound like this. I cannot wait to hear what you will sound like when you get to 30. Ah, you're going to be shaking the world. Positively, of course.
And please,
Wow.
I would recommend a book for anyone who is interested to read it. Attitude is Everything
Hmm.
by
Okay.
I don't really know the I will write it. I will write it on comment
Yeah,
section.
please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, OVA
Thank
Purity.
you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Bye.
Let's move on. Bye. Let's move on to Sylvia. Hello. Hello. Sylvia, can you
Yes, Glory.
unmute yourself?
Can you hear me
Hello?
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi. Oh, you muted yourself again? Okay, let's unmute. So you have to unmute yourself, okay? Yeah, Sylvia.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
Hi.
Glory. Hi, how are you?
I'm
My
good. You're
goodness,
welcome to
I've
the
just been calling
conversation.
you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for bringing
Thank
up
you.
such a topic. This is a huge topic. I think, Glory, we need about a month to do this. Maybe we
Yes.
should do it next weekend. And I've actually just been following you for only, I think, 2, 3 months since the BB
Oh, wow.
Titans. Yes,
Wow.
I just loved your, I just loved everything about you. I just loved the way
Thank
you
you.
present yourself, the way you
Thank
analyze
you.
things. And I said, this young lady, I'm going to follow her and see where this leads me.
Thank
So I'm
you.
very grateful. I'm very grateful. And as I was listening to the previous speakers, I thought, I think I'm the oldest on this platform tonight, because everybody else seems like this 18-year-old wise woman, I would say wise woman, who's just been talking and challenging
Yeah.
my thoughts. I mean, I am old enough to be her grandmother. you
Oh,
know,
wow. Wow.
yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I'm 50 years old.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yes, and by the way,
You
greetings
don't
from you.
sound like it.
Yes, greetings from Uganda as well. I follow you from Uganda. So, I don't know where to start. This is very emotional because the ladies and the gentleman who was speaking earlier, they brought, insecurities come in different forms. Of course, you said body shape, body size, financial insecurities, and all that. There's no one insecurity, but for me, my message, one small piece of advice would be, at my age, I don't call myself wise, but just from experience, I think we should just accept our past because we can't change it no matter what people have gone through. I've had that lady emotionally who, lost her dad, sorry, and the auntie,
Yeah,
the mother had to send
Khadija.
her to an auntie. And yes, Khadija, that's what, yeah. And man, that's terrible. Most of us actually suffer at the hands of familiar people, like family or friends or
Yes.
whatever, you usually. But you can't really hold that grudge, or you cannot let that taint your future. You should just accept that because you cannot change that past. to make you an insecure person. I mean, she's a nice person. This 18-year-old sounded nice. The gentleman who was talking there sounded nice. Everybody is nice. All of us are nice, given an opportunity. I think um, we should just accept our past because we can't change it and just work on our present to make a very good future. That's what I always say. If you can, if you want to go back to school, Khadija didn't say is it Khadija who didn't want to go back to school because of the memories?
Yes,
That is
Khadija.
well. It is well.
Mm.
Yes, yes, it is well. Do what's comfortable for you. Nobody should. I mean, like when somebody says, okay, like I had somebody saying, oh, my nose, people used to laugh at my nose, my eyes. Actually, something you might see on your body as a bad thing or something to be ashamed of or insecure about, somebody else actually wishes for it. Let me just give you
True.
a small story for that. I'm, I personally come from, um, it I'm not really married like that, but I come from a very wealthy family. Growing up, I came from a wealthy family. I didn't lack at all. And yet, I did not grow up with my own biological father or mother, but I grew up with a family, relatives who loved me to bits, who took me to school. I mean, I went to the UK. I had everything. I never lacked. But I was
Mm.
insecure about my body shape. I was
Mm.
insecure about my size because I was very, very tiny. Now, when I say that, other people are like, wow, really, really? Yes, I was insecure about my size. I always wished to be fat, and I mean fat. I'm not just saying big, but
Wow.
I wish to be. Yes. And people would think, until people got to know me, like some friends, some especially those British friends, were like, "Are you sure? Or you're just saying it because we are fat?" Or no, I said no. I used to feel very insecure because I was small. So everybody is going to have some kind of insecurity. But if we just learn to accept who we are, because we didn't create ourselves, God knew why He created all of us uniquely, and everybody has something to present to this universe. Whether you have a stutter, whether you're thin, whether you're fat, as long as, like what the gentleman said, as long as you work on yourself, be clean, exercise, eat well, leave the rest. I mean, what can you do? You can't change yourself. Don't change your skin color because you didn't create yourself. God knows why He created you black or brown or white or whatever
Mm.
color. Yes, and I think all of us are beautiful the way we are. We are intelligent the way we are, and we have something to present to the huge, huge table of this earth. So let's just accept that. I know it's very, very hard, especially if people have been traumatized in the past. It's very hard, but if you can get a support system, and that support system can be anybody, anything. If you have good friends, I mean, like Gloria, I heard your story. You said you had to shut off some friends who were not in line with your vision. That was good for you. Maybe you would not even be
Yeah.
where you are now. Yeah. If you
Mm.
feel, I think it's also said in the Bible, if one eye causes you to sin or an eye, on ear, whatever, cut it off. If that's how
Mm.
you feel, cut it off. Cut off that tie. If it's your own brother or sister for a while who will put you backwards or what's the word, make you insecure, first put them on hold and follow your dream and follow your passion. That's what I think. And it's really difficult these days with I'll say the youth because I'm older. um, we never had such pressures. The pressure is too much. You look next door and you think, oh, these people have got it all. Their daughters are beautiful, or these people have a car and we don't have a car, or these people, that's what we're trying to teach our children. I mean, I'm a mother of two biological boys, but I have raised, I think I've raised nine children who are not mine, and they've all gone on to be a success. When I say success, I mean respectable jobs. Some are not even in this country. And, us in Africa, usually we come from countries with different tribes. Some are not even my tribe, but
Mm.
you go on to mentor those youngsters, bring them up like your own children. And, they're a blessing. We all have a reason. That's what I'm trying to say. And I keep telling them, don't look at the neighbors. Don't think what the neighbors have and you don't have. Just be a bit, not a bit actually, be content with what you have. Be content with what you have. I know it's hard, it's very difficult when you see your friends have a watch that you don't have. For these youngsters, some of us never had that, of course. For us, we were taught uniform. You do that, you have that, that's what you have. Especially some, you say you just accept because you didn't grow up with your own father and mother, so you did not have to feel entitled, that entitlement. Oh, I also want to have what so and so has, my cousin has. No,
Mm.
no. Take what you're given and make the most of it, and be happy, because you cannot change things at a certain point in your life. I mean, like now I'm
Mm.
50 years old. I'm a survivor of open heart surgery. I had heart disease.
Wow.
Yes, I had open heart surgery in India only 4 years ago. But I'm just happy to be alive. Like what Khadija said, if you're alive, you will change. You will change. Things will change. Don't give up. Don't commit suicide. Don't try to take your life, because you don't know what's coming for you tomorrow. You don't know. You will take that chance away for yourself or somebody else, because of course most of us are here for mentoring other people. I think that's most of us, our purpose in life is not about living our selfish lives. It's about, other people. That's what I think. And I think the beauty is about being worth, what's the word? Being worth someone else's. Is that how to put it? English fails me
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Being worth yes, you're there for other people, not necessarily just yourself. That's how I see it. For me, that's how I see that our purpose in life is not just to live life, like Khadija. I don't know how old Khadija is, but she sounds young also. And the young lady, the 18-year-old, but they've said something to my life tonight. They've mentored me in a way. So everyone has a
Mm.
purpose, and we should not give up. For me, that's my message, that we should not give up. Just work on keeping alive. Just accept yourself. What doesn't make you happy, shut it out of your life. Shut it out. Do not be
Mm.
afraid. They say you want to go back to school. Why would you want to go back to school if it brings you bad memories? Besides, God is going to gift you in another way, maybe academics is not for you,
Sure.
and it was never meant to be. But like most of us, you're pressured by your parents, or do this, do that. But it's not the biggest thing anymore, not in this generation anyway. Not like our in our generations, you had to be a dentist, a doctor, a pharmacist, a lawyer, pilot. But nowadays you can be anything respectable, and people respect you because you've given it your all, and you're earning a decent living. It's no longer astronauts that are earning. Everybody earns these days, as long as you're doing something
Yes.
worthwhile, something with a passion. You do it passionately, you put your all in it, you will make it. You will make it. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
message. Thank you very much, Glory.
Wow.
Yes,
Woo!
so that's
Oh
all I
my
have to say.
God. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so
Hello,
much,
can you hear me?
Sylvia, for sharing with us.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
God.
That's all I have to say
Oh my God.
for
Thank
now.
you. Thank you so much. And I'll say once again, you don't even sound 50, and your voice is so beautiful. The message is so powerful. Yes. Thank you so much for
I
sharing that with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I just hope that everybody that's listening to this conversation today are really soaking up all the wealth of knowledge as I am soaking up here, because I'm literally soaking up so much. I'm soaking up emotions, I'm soaking up stories, I'm soaking up power. So many powerful stories. Poku is saying powerful session. God bless you, Glory. God bless you too, Poku, for blessing us too with your wealth of knowledge. Diplomi Wade is in the comment section, sharing powerful words. And yes, I mean, there's also marriage insecurity that Dupe is writing
Yes.
out there. I mean, my God, I didn't even want to talk. Somebody almost wanted to get me into that zone. 1st of January, actually, 1st of January this year. And this person seems to have made it like a habit. The first day of every new year, the person would call. It's like an update. Oh, what's happening with you? Who is in the picture now? And this person is not even one of those people you care about, right? So it turns out that this person got married towards the end of last year, apparently got pregnant before getting married, and then had a child. So it was like, come flaunt your achievements in front of Glory Day, 1st of January this
Hmm.
year. I'm like, okay, that's really weird. And it
Hmm.
didn't really make me feel any kind of way because 3, 4 years ago, I
Hmm.
already knew what I wanted to do with my life. I
Mm-hmm.
already I already got myself to that point in my life that, listen, the moment I cross 30, I will
Mm-hmm.
never be pressured to feel like I am not good enough because I am not married or because I do not have a child of my own. Yes. And now I am 33, and the only thing that's still driving me is what I want to really achieve. And
Mm-hmm.
the pressure to get married is not even part of it. Am
Yeah.
I sick? No, I'm not sick. Am I
Mm-hmm.
okay? Absolutely. I am fine. And I
Mm-hmm.
know what I want and I am on track, you know. But then it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that that marriage insecurity, as Duke put it, it's something that's really plaguing a lot of young people these days. Someone spoke, she's just 26, and there's so much pressure on her to get married. I've seen someone that's actually 23, and this person is already crying of, oh my God, at the age of 25, I want to get married. There's nothing wrong about it. But when I had a conversation with that person, you could tell that it was just societal pressure. Why? Oh my God, when you go on Instagram, you see most of the brides, they are very young, they are 21, they are 22, and I'm like, and so,
That causes accidents.
you know? So very these things are actually real, you know. The pressure is real for a lot of people, but not for me anyways. So yeah, apologies for deviating a bit, but thank you so much, Sylvia. Words of marble that you spoke here, we will cherish it and we will learn it and we will keep it in our hearts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Sylvia. Okay, we're going to quickly move on to Gerson. Hi, Gerson.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you so much for having this live. I think it's so positive, and I
Thank
would
you.
like to also share. Um, just because I was listening to your stories in the beginning, and wow, like just so many people speaking, and it's so like relatable because I really thought I was the only person that is experiencing this. Like, I'm 25,
Mm.
right? So,
Yeah.
and I literally view myself like I'm still a baby. I'm still figuring it out. And
Mm.
I found like um what's so disappointing because of societal pressure, because you should be married at a certain age, or because you went to school and you have degrees, you should be having a job.
Mm.
I'm currently like, I will tell you this, Glory. I have 3 degrees. I have a master's degree. And I am unemployed in South Africa, right? In South Africa, we basically, a lot of young people are struggling to get jobs,
Wow.
unfortunately, because the economy isn't in the greatest stage. So
Mm.
you'll find a lot of people sitting at home. So when there's like a post available, it's flooded with graduates, right?
Mm.
And for me, prior to even studying, I thought that, okay, getting all of these qualifications will get me where I want to be in life. And God was like, reality check. No, it's not. So, yeah, it's just like kind of kind of realizing that life isn't like as linear as you think it is. It's
Yeah.
like a whole thing like, okay, go to school, get your degrees, get a job, get married. And I'm just like, but a, I struggle with it because my path is so different, right? And it seems like when I look at like at all my peers and all my friends and stuff, they all got jobs, and I'm like the only one that's struggling. So you end up feeling like, oh, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I not good enough? And then
Mm.
another part of you also being on a different path. But wait, I don't want to have kids yet. I
Mm.
don't want to be married. I'm young. Why does everyone keep pressuring me? And why does everyone keep asking me who I'm seeing and dating? And like, okay, can you ask me what my favorite color is? Like, like why is it such a big deal?
Oh God.
You see, so like I think it's like life. But ultimately, what I want to say is that God's timing is a real thing. I honestly feel
True.
like we should never give up on why aren't things happening? Why aren't, I just think that you just have to have faith that the path that you're facing is yours only.
Mm-hmm.
never be impatient with your path. Um,
Mm.
yeah, and I like just I what I would encourage everyone to do that's listening is to just really, really live your life for you, you know, regardless of like societal pressure, regardless of because at the end of the day you only have one life to live, and you wouldn't want to look back at the end of your life, right? Let's say you God I hope God blesses us all with a long life at the end of your life, right? When you're old and you look
Mm.
back, you don't want to sit and you have regrets because of societal pressure, because of I think we should just like do you. And unfortunately, doing you is going to upset a lot of people. That's what I always tell you. Like, have you noticed, Glory, like,
Exactly.
whenever you make the best decision for yourself, you disappoint a lot of people, but it comes with an abundance of happiness. I think so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I
Mm.
wanted to say. I think this is such a positive conversation to have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone, for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gersie. Thank you so much, Gersie. And just as Happy Endings wrote here, the path for everyone is different. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely
Yeah.
true. And first of all, I just want to congratulate you for having 3 degrees. That is a huge achievement. It is
I,
not everybody that can actually go to school, learn, come out in flying colors, but you did
yes.
that at the age of
Thank you.
25. That's
Thank you.
huge. That is
Thank
huge.
you.
Wow.
Thank you so
I
much.
felt like giving you a standing ovation right now. If my dad was here, if my dad was alive and here, he would be saying, "Yes, you see, that's a man. That's a man."
What?
My dad would be hyping you. My
Thank
dad
you.
is so passionate about education. These are the kind of
Right.
stories he loves to hear. He wants
Right.
to hear. And you know the funny thing, yeah. Let me say something, yeah. So
Hmm.
my dad, in as much as my dad was a very, very traditional person, in the sense
Yeah.
that he has very, very strong family values, strong societal values. He believes so much in unity in family, right?
Yeah.
He's the kind of person that also helps his neighbors to train their kids. And I say that
Hmm.
literally because where I grew up, it was like this compound where you have different apartments facing each other. They call it face me, I face you in Nigeria.
Oh,
So
okay.
everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody is in everybody's
Mm.
business. Yeah, that was the kind of place I grew up. So my dad was literally the advisor to everybody's kids that wanted to go to school. The few ones that got admission into university, my dad was a chartered accountant. So he was the
Mm.
one that the parents would come and tell their kids, "Oh yeah, come and go and talk to Papa this." And my dad
Okay.
would advise them. So my father was a mathematician, chartered accountant, very intelligent, very
Mm.
read, like well read and exposed. So he told me, he told me that, okay, so initially, yeah, when I was in secondary school, he wanted me to cut my hair. I said, why? And I didn't grow my hair in primary school, kindergarten. I didn't grow my hair all through secondary school. I was literally on low cut. So
Mm.
my dad insisted that I continued with that hair. Why? Because back then, the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Education, they were women and they had cropped hair. And my dad
Oh.
loved those women. Yeah, whenever they spoke on television, he would call me and say, "Look at them. That's the kind of person I want you to be." He
Oh.
wanted me to be that audacious.
You're
Yes.
right.
Yeah. So my dad told my sisters as well, that, oh, when you finish university, I don't want you to rush into getting married. Instead, I want you to use your certificate, work, and get more degrees, pursue and further your education. He
Mm.
had this vision for all of his daughters to become powerful women in society. That was my father's vision.
Wow.
And my sisters are happily married. They have
Mm-hmm.
kids. They are happily married. But I am the only one today that is still single and living my dream.
Exactly. And that's
Like
and
I'm
that's
literally doing
beautiful.
what, yeah, I'm literally doing what my dad wanted me to do. And guess what? This thing started off like unconsciously. Like I was just doing it. It was one day. Oh my God.
Oh, oh.
Sorry, guys, my light is gone. I'm gonna try using my touch. My light is gone. Yeah. We're gonna round up very soon, guys. Just bear
Yeah.
with me. But I've just been doing my thing. It was one day that I sat down and I thought about it that, oh my God, whatever I'm doing right now, this is what my dad has always wanted me to do.
Mm,
And it broke me. It broke
wow.
me. And that was where I really realized that indeed I'm not on the wrong path.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
indeed, just like what Happy Endis wrote, everybody's path is different.
Very true.
Everybody's path is different. Yeah. So the fact that you don't have a job today, Gersing, I'm telling you
Mm-hmm.
this now, the fact that you don't have a job today, it does not mean you're not going to have a job very soon.
Thank you.
You're gonna have a job very soon, and by God's grace, it's gonna be something you really are passionate about. And when you get into it, you won't even remember these days of lack, these days of
Sure.
not having it.
You. Thank you so
Really,
much.
yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
gonna happen that way. You won't even remember because you'll be so occupied, you'll be so busy, chasing the new life that you get out of it.
True.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
thank you so much, Glory. Thank you.
yeah,
You're making me
yeah.
tear up, and I'm a dude. Like I'm a guy, and you're
Sure.
making me tear up.
Don't let it get
But
to you at all. Don't let it
thank
get to you.
you,
Okay. All
thank you,
right.
thank you. God
Thank you
bless you. Thank
so
you.
yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, there is someone at my door knocking right now. My light is gone. The light is supposed to come up in like 6 minutes, but I really want to keep you all here anymore, looking at me in this dark room. But I want to appreciate every single one of you for joining this conversation. God bless you all. I really appreciate you all for, trusting this platform enough to share your stories. I am grateful. I mean, it's not everybody that will feel that comfortable enough to want to share. But the fact that you all have joined today and shared your stories, guys, I feel like I know you people better now. We've shared sentiments. I felt your emotions. You felt my emotions. There's been an exchange. And for me, it's very significant because I feel now like I know the people that are watching me better, just as you guys know me a bit better now. We're going to have more conversations. We're going to tell more stories of ourselves. We're going to share more, and it's going to be rich, guys. It's going to be rich. I am so happy we did this today. It's not all the time reality TV shows, as this channel is all about, but sometimes we want to get in tune with our reality just as we are analyzing reality TV shows. I feel like today we've been able to analyze our own reality and told our stories the way they are. We've been able to share our experiences, and oh my God, it's been such a beautiful process for me, especially. I do not take it for granted. I am grateful to all of you that shared. The fact that you shared, it means you have confidence in this platform, and I am grateful. Thank you all so much to every single one of you that spoke, those of you that are silent viewers, those of you that are in the comment section, typing and sharing your stories. God bless you all. I am grateful. Thank you all so much. I would have loved to continue speaking, but as you can see, my light is gone. To come and start fixing my lighting equipment now, it's going to take like another like 10 minutes. So it's not worth it. We've been here for a while already. So once again, thank you all so much. God bless all of you abundantly. And guys, listen, I want to leave this last word. Yeah. For those of us that have actually told our painful stories, listen, the next thing to do is to heal. All right, it's for you to heal. So I'm hoping that you find the strength and the courage to heal. It's a process. It's not something that's going to happen instantly, but you need to find that strength, that courage, and also allow yourself to heal. Do not hold back. Let go. Do not hold back. let's go. All right. And that said, once again, everybody have an amazing evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have fun, love yourself, treat yourself nicely, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye. Bye.